This video contains gratuitous use of profanity
and uncomfortable pauses to compensate for lack of professionalism and original thought.
Viewer discretion advised.
Oh shit! Mud shark? You're not a mud shark. You're barely even a fish.
This is a Pink Podcast.
This is fucked up.
Win by Two, they're actually a podcast out of Philadelphia.
Kudos to Win by Two Radio.
Where's John Di Caprio? Did he ask about me?
Fuck Karl! He's effectively done in this business. On the podcast, catching people like Dr. Mingo.
So I'm a dumb guy.
I'm hoping John Di Caprio is, but...
Take your fucking bra off, Barry!
Like, let me guess, because he attacked everyone?
I'm gonna be yelling at him the whole time tonight. Your show sucks!
Ladies and gents, we're doing it. Welcome back into the fucking show. Live from Vegas, we're here, we're doing it. This pulpercon has been extreme to say the least. What the fuck is up? Live. Actually, we're not live. This is all green screened and chroma keyed. So, technically not live. I'm in my basement as we speak. No, I'm just kidding. We're here. We're back to report on the rumors of this. Let's call a spade a spade. The most magnificent event of 2025. Pulperfest, which has been the... I don't know. It's been one hell of a ride. I see people, a couple people are reaching out, saying Pulper's in the hospital, man. I don't know. The whole thing has been just wild. And, you know, the only reason why we're all here is because he wanted us to be here in celebration of his life. This is a celebration of life in Sin City, and you are witnessing history, folks. You're here. You're along for the ride for it, whether you like it or not. So strap the fuck in. This is episode 400. I am your host, Ballroom Blade. And we were set to have a doozy here today. I don't know how long we're going to be. It might be an hour. It might be 2. It might be 5. You could click up. My version of the super tip system has rolled out. It goes to my Venmo, but that's all right. It's just a process you have to go through. So you can check that out now. Yeah, look, I don't know. I have a few things in store. I want to go over Chad a little bit today. Chad's been, we'll get to Chad later on. He's had a wild weekend nonetheless. But I want to clear some rumors up. I want to clear the air of what's happened with Karl and JennyJingles. It's very strange. Pat Dixon's out here. Shout out to Pat Dixon. Karl. No, they're all going to a dinner, and I chose to do a show. Fucking right. Fucking right. Solid, if you're drinking, pour one up this Saturday evening. It's late. I don't usually do shows at this hour whatsoever. But if you're drinking, pour one up. Light one up. It's Pulperfest, baby. Get excited for it. Fuck. My neighbors are probably loving this. What is this guy talking? Is he talking to himself now? Strap the fuck in. We got a bunch to discuss here, ladies and gentlemen. Do what you got to do. Punch your dogs. Kick your cats. Do a backflip off of your fucking trampoline. I don't know. Just do something. Hit the like button, would ya? Welcome into the show. Bam! Welcome into pulpercon. Kudos to me. We're here. We're back. We're in the fucking bunker, and we are doing it.
We're back. We're in the bunker. We're doing it. We're having it. It's going down. It's going down, everybody.
Yeah, man. Pulperfest 2020. Now I'm coming in too hot. 2025. Look, the whole thing has been a nightmare, to say the least, on my behalf. Everyone wants to run off and, oh, Pulper, this one. I want to ask how Blade's doing. Oh, good old Blade. How's he hanging up? Fucking A, taking flights across the country. I mean, to be honest, I'd probably rather trade places with Pulper, if we're being quite honest. But look, again, you know, he's dealing with a lot more. He's got bigger fish to fry than to worry about playing poker. Those days, unfortunately, as we're hearing, are probably well behind him. Godspeed, Pulper. Godspeed. You're in our hearts and in our minds. And thank you, I guess, for bringing us together in this wild turn of events where I find myself in Las Vegas. This might be my final act. And you see this window? This window is not just here for a good-looking background. This might be... I might jump off by the end of today's show. So, yeah, Karl and Lucy Typebox, you hear the rumors swirling around. Now, to be quite frank, I didn't want to... I didn't know really how I wanted to handle this, but the reports are just coming out left and right, and it's, you know, you either got to... I have a new profound respect, I guess, for Karl. Not in a show. I still don't think his show is all that great. I think I would tell him that. I had a brief interaction with Karl last night, and then he scampered off to, I guess, do Typebox. I don't know. What else would you classify it as? You would think maybe his wife works. Everyone is jumping to the cheating. Maybe she's a nurse. And she's, you know, working hard this holiday season through this weekend, this current weekend. So, now, let me be clear. I haven't seen Typebox with my own two eyes. Tight tits, as I like to call her. But that's the rumor. That's what's going around. Karl is here with Lucy and not JennyJingles. Now, the flip side of that is, well, what if, you know, he's porking her out? Good for Karl. Look, man, good for Karl. Good for Karl. Everyone it was giving Karl shit because of his mom wife and his mandolin. And look, rightfully so. Rightfully so. So if he has upgraded, I guess, to the butter-eating Kaylee, kudos. Good for him. Good for him. I got some questions for the butter-eating bitch, but, you know, that's neither here or there. But it's been very interesting. I lost some money. Shocker. I know. I thought I was going to come here and walk out a millionaire, but turns out that's not the case. Lost some money on Jake Paul. Yesterday, watched him get knocked out. It's pretty dope. I think he broke his jaw. I think that's what people are saying. Jake Paul has broken his Well, Anthony Joshua broke Jake Paul's jaw. So I got to watch that list. But the odds were too good. The odds were too good not to. I mean, like $20 won you, like, over $200. So, yeah, it's been pretty chill, man. It's been pretty chill. Nonetheless, out here. I'll be here tonight and a little bit of tomorrow, and I go back home tomorrow and leave Sin City behind me. It's my first time in Sin City, by the way, and you see a lot of fucking strange things. There's a lot of midgets. Anyone ever been to Vegas? Notice just how many midgets and Asians and midget Asians there are. It's very strange. I never thought I'd be in one place with this many smalls. Chad would fit right in. Actually, Aaron Emholt would fit right in here. I mean, between the midgets, the Asians, and the people begging, the stunt people, people dressing up in costumes, people doing magic. I mean, Aaron would fit right in. I was thinking about this the other day. I'm like, this would be perfect for Steel Toe. Set up shop, Old Las Vegas Boulevard, and just, proceed as business as usual. People love to see a freak show. I mean, Aaron is every bit of a freak show that you can imagine. Yeah, I think it would be a perfect fit. I really do think it would be a perfect fit. But yeah, it's very strange. I don't like to be in a place with too many small people at one given time. I feel like it's as if it's bad luck. And maybe that's why I lost the bet on the Jake Paul fight. Or maybe it's because Jake Paul is not really a boxer in his last two actual fights against Tommy Fury. And now almost 6'4", 6'5", all of Anthony Joshua. He gets fucking smoked. So, yeah, I don't know. They got some plans going on. I think they're playing poker. I'm not the biggest of poker players, but nonetheless, man, we are here and we are doing it here at pulpercon. And a lot of, it's sent a lot of people into having a lot of questions. What did you do with the money? You're seeing it. You're seeing it right now, currently. So before you think, nope. I wish I could have bought a new Lamborghini with all that money. Maybe next time. Maybe the next time somebody is dying and you're wanting to throw me money, throw me a little bit more so I could do both. Throw your event in a ballroom somewhere in Las Vegas amongst the midgets and the Chinese. And also simultaneously upgrade and buy a new wheel. Buy a new car. So, just a PSA. I mean, look, it doesn't hurt to ask, man. Right? It doesn't hurt to ask. If you don't ask, how will people ever know? So, yeah, we're going to get into a bunch. Like I said, this is episode 400. This is not in my wildest dreams how I ever imagined. First of all, I never imagined doing a podcast, nonetheless being here 400 episodes later. And it's really been more or less over 500, but as far as documented episodes, it's been about 400 episodes. So, welcome in. It's a fucking party. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Again, this might be the last one. It might be the perfect last episode. Just ended on a nice even number 400. And at the end of this show, I jump right out this window behind me. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to be doing any of that. So before people get all crazy. So, yeah, I don't know. Look, there's a bunch in store. The Karl thing. I'm trying to think what else. Pat Dixon got to briefly interact with Pat Dixon. Again, all these guys play. I'm not a big poker player, man. I like blackjack. I like slots. Even though I know slots are, it's the biggest scam in the world. Outside, maybe baccarat. Bubble craps. I'm trying to learn bubble crap. I'm hearing bubble craps is really the way to go, but I'm not really. I don't know how to fucking play, so it's just like you might as well just be handing these people your money. Like, why even play the fucking game? So that's what we're gonna be doing. It's really chill. Look, when this whole thing first happened, when this whole thing was brought to my desk. Again, you have to remember, I originally thought this was going to be some sort of a show. Again, hence Ballroom Blade. And it's never, I guess, what it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be just a hangout. So that is exactly what we're doing. So people are like, oh, what the fuck is going on? What's the plan? It's like, well, you're looking at it. You're staring at it. I had some trouble hooking up my monitor. So if you see me looking up this direction, I'm looking at my TV in my room that I had to nig rig to get a monitor going. It's one thing I didn't bring is my own monitor. So I don't know, man. We're shooting the shit. We're chilling. I want to do a lot of Chad on today's episode because he's been streaming. He was doing a walk and talk earlier he did one for 3 minutes until his internet cut out. Then he did another stream from his bed listening to what can only be described as the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, acceptance speeches from Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees. And I thought I was in some sort of Las Vegas hallucinogenic mushroom cloud. I thought I was in a trip. But no, Chad was actually watching this, and it was very strange to watch, because I'm watching this live. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And Chad's in his bed at 4 p.m. swearing up and down show after show after show that he hasn't been drinking. Turns out Chad's been hitting the bottle harder than ever before. We have that clip coming up for you as well. And he's in his bed, again, at 4 p.m. Eastern time, with nothing going on, flicking through he's not even flicking through the channels. He's watching, I'm telling you, the Hall of Fame, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame acceptance speeches. And somebody sends him a super chat. Somebody sends him a $5 super chat. And you know how you could the creator can like a super chat, and it shows up at the top right corner of the super chat, a little heart button. And you see the creator. If the creator likes it, you'll see. So I watched Chad in real time hit that like button on somebody's $5 super chat that they sent him, and within the matter of a millisecond, the like, it was gone. He removed the like. So he liked it and then realized, oh shit, that's not, I want people to think I'm having a stroke. And Chad's always thinking, you have to remember, Chad is always thinking about the next Kumia country and how he could pull off. Chad is a stunt boy. Nothing more, nothing less. So he's always thinking about how he could perform his next stunt. So I have all that footage and more coming up from Chad's this past weekend in Zumach.
Okay. Yeah, okay, I'm a bitch.
You are on right now. Yeah, Tommy Jordan, the new, what's he, a coffee mug now? Tommy Jordan's new persona is now a coffee mug, which is, amazing. I think. What made you what made you choose a fucking coffee mug? That's my question. Talk about Pulper. What the fuck is this monologue? What do you want me to talk about Pulper? People, I think, who was this? Numero uno Josh Any fan? Or unbanned Josh Any fan? The man is sick. What else do you want me to say? He's sick and he's not doing well. That's what I'm being told. So, I don't know what else is there you want me to say about this guy. I feel like it's disrespectful to talk ill of the sick and dying. So, look, man. Again, I tried, everything in my power. Pulper was going, up until really 3 weeks ago, I think he was, if you want me to talk about him, I'll give you this. He was still supposed to come out here up until 3 weeks ago, and then it was maybe 2.5, 3 weeks ago now at this point. I might have to shut this fucking AC unit off because you could hear it through the mic. 2-3 weeks ago, he had reached out and said his health had taken a turn for the worse. He booked a room and everything, and his health is taking a turn for the worse, and it probably wasn't going to be looking good. But he still wanted us to go and have a good time. These are his words. So that's what we're doing. I know. Look, people are like, oh, it's so disingenuous. Pulper's dying in a bed, and you guys are out there powwowing around Las Vegas. Again, if it were up to me, this has all been a hassle, a giant fucking hassle to me. I need people to understand this. But this is what ultimately, this is what he wanted, and these are his words. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Do I feel bad about the whole situation? A little bit, sure. Wish we'd have got this done. I wish I would have got this done in October. But, you know, it is what it is. Can't cry over spilled milk. No matter how many times I wish and I could have and I would have. It is what it is. It is what the fuck it is. So, we're here now. And we'll be celebrating. And we have been celebrating. Or at least I have. I don't know about everyone else. Karl probably has too, to be honest with you. So, yeah, so we're going to do a little bit of shit talking today. Again, if you got any questions in the chat, I will take them now. Currently, let me see. Sorry, I'm pulling up my chat. I don't have a chat handy. Stop bringing up the part of it. Don't remind Pulper how much of a hassle this has been. Well, in fairness, I don't think he's watching. How much did Blade pocket from this dying man? I'm actually in the negatives from this whole trip. Your paid vacation to Vegas is a hassle. I bet that really comforts a man dying painfully. Yeah, probably does. Big mistake hoping to blame it's his fault. I'm here for you, Jenny. Karl actually has his own money, so yeah, probably is. Look, I offered Karl money, and Karl didn't want to take anything, so Pope Brady told Blade to keep the money. Yeah, and I was given a certain amount of money that I also distributed out amongst the other people. And again, I offered everyone a handsome amount of money. And some people took it, some people did. I don't feel comfortable enough discussing who took it necessarily, but I don't like to really disclose. Hold on, I gotta turn this fucking AC thing on. This is really bothering me here. Hold on one second. You hear this, right? It sounds like a fucking lawnmower. 1 second. All right, sorry about that. Yeah, that was very distracting. All right, we're coming back. I think we're back. Yes. All right. Yeah, so look, I'm not going to get into the nitty-gritty business decisions. Again, look, you could say what you want. It is what it is, man, at this point. And I'm here, and, you know, ultimately, I mean, again, it is what it is. It is what it is. So I can't keep dwelling on what should have been, what could have been, what hadn't been, you know? So take it for what it is. If it's not what you expect, then so be it, man. So fucking be it. No one felt good taking your money. Blood money. We know the drill. Well, I don't think the man's pathetic. Somebody says, imagine being so pathetic you spend your last days giving money to streamers to come treat you. Like you meant something to them. Jesus Christ, raw pathetic attention-seeking worm. Holy shit. Tell me how you really feel. Sadistic. hate Michigan. Well, it's in your name, I guess. You fraud the dying, so what? No, I mean, you know. Oh, Dill, says Tony Sound. So anyway, look, I'm not gonna. I have a bunch of things I'd like to get into here today. Again, I have a new profound respect for Karl. I think, shout out to him, really upgrading wives or girls or side pieces. And we're here from live, and we're just gonna be jumping into some shit. All right, so bear with me here. Bear with me 1 second. Let me shut this off. Okay. So how's everyone? Ready for Christmas? Sorry, I cannot see my fucking tabs whatsoever. All right, so I want to start off with this was Chad earlier today on. He eventually ends up on Husey. I mean, drunk as a fucking skunk, but not before. I can find my videos. Not before today. I mean, this is where Chad started today. I want to start off with Chad and his epic walk and talk streams here. That lasted like the better part of 3 minutes. Check this out from earlier. Let me see.
I got stuff to do, but I want to pop on here real quick and get everyone up to speed. Yeah. I want to thank Edmund, who sent me a very generous donation today, and I appreciate that sincerely. You guys have been really cool on the back end. What's up, Clearwater?
Chad likes things in the back end.
Chad, sorry, we're doing it. I was supposed to have Clearwater Chad and Husey on today, but stuff came up. I'm not going to be able to do it, so.
Remember that. Stuff came up.
My apologies. My schedule going forward. Bill from Jersey, we're doing it. Bill from Jersey. Mega G, what's up? Afternoon. Thanks for going live, bro. Tommy Jordan's hairline. I'm not going to be on for long, guys. I'm just letting you know. I had a show planned and some shit came up, and that's what's going to happen the next couple of days. It's the holiday week, so it's going to be all over the place. I'm going to be all over the place. Flat Cat, Tom Myers, what's going on? He's a new moderator. He's reporting for duty. I'm going to try to slip in an evening show this week. Maybe we'll get Chow on. Maybe we'll get some people on. I do a call-in show. What the fuck, Chad? Did you get your ass beat? What's with the tape on your nose? I got a bruising on my side. Anybody wearing glasses get like a bruise and it just won't go away?
Has this happened to anyone ever in the history who has worn glasses? I've worn glasses. I've never gotten a bruise one time. I mean, maybe if you wear them every day, all day long, to bed, in the shower, to breakfast, as you work out, as you're doing gay things with Nick Swartzen. I mean, maybe you might end up with a bruise on your nostril bridge, nasal passage. But Chad, for the better part of a week, has been showing up with this Band-Aid on his nose. It's very bizarre. He's blaming it on his glasses. Some people think he's in some weird underground fight club. Some people think he's getting beaten up by his imaginary girlfriend. I mean, it's bizarre. If I had to take a swing at it, I'd probably land on he's probably just falling He seems very clumsy. He's not very stable on his feet. So if I had to guess, probably just falling from all of his alcohol consumption. Let's keep listening.
And it's been a bruise for like the past month, so I'm putting a Band-Aid on and putting ointment, hoping it goes away.
Ointment for, I don't know. I've never had a bruise on my face. I bet you there's a lot of people wanting to give me a bruise on my face. That's not the point. Do you use ointment for a bruise? This is news to me.
The call-in show could be your birthday show. Doom's player,
How much you want to bet Chad will never do this call-in show, by the way?
What's your plans for Christmas? I have plans on Christmas Day.
Right, so what are those plans? Look at him think in real time. This is incredible. Now, I didn't really watch this keenly because I've been doing a million different other things, but somebody asked him, what's your plan for Christmas? And listen to the stall.
Be your birthday show. Doom's player, what's your plans for Christmas? I have plans on Christmas Day.
Right. Which are what?
I'll just say I have plans on Christmas Day.
Cool. Let's be real. Chad isn't doing anything on Christmas.
You put ointment on
Which, look, there's a lot of people who don't do anything on Christmas, but don't act like you're going to be doing something and have this big festive holiday party on Christmas when you're not going to be doing anything, but sitting there and probably jerking off a few times to Rock and Roll Hall of Fame acceptance award speeches.
Your bruise. Yeah, I put ointment on the bruise. But I got to put tape on it until it clears up. Will you visit your girlfriend's family for Christmas? I'm not going to answer that. I'm not answering that. That won't be answered. The less you know.
So this was, I guess, more of a sit and talk, because there's more of this video that is of Chad sitting than it is of him walking. So this is, I think, one of a kind, the first sit-down Zumach sit and talk.
The better. That's all I'll say.
And it's not even his home. Like, this is some random person's house. He's just finding himself on the steps and on the front steps of.
Don't let DeVito get away with it anymore.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Like, he's lucky he's not going to, people don't, he's in Florida. People have guns in Florida. If you're doing some weird, shady shit, you're on people's property. Look, they can't just come outside and shoot you, but they could, most certainly threaten you.
With the Landon thing, I don't think it's happening.
So the Brian Landon Fest isn't happening. And again, look, I'm not one to talk about fests, but, this got shot down in the matter of 3 days. Just 3 days ago, whenever I was on last, Wednesday, or I think it was Wednesday or Thursday. Chad was riding a high. We haven't seen Chad ride a high that high in quite some time. It's been a very bad, let's be real, it's been a very bad year for Chad. Everything's just been down the tubes. Him and Steel Toe, for that matter. But it took literally 3 fucking days for him to be back to, I don't think Landon Fest is happening. Yeah, no shit. No one thought it was happening. The only people who thought it was happening were you. I don't even think Ray thought Landon Fest was happening.
I suggested Tampa. I talked to the owner of Side Splitters.
Now, again, Thursday I was on. I'm like, why wouldn't you just do it from Tampa? Like, nobody wants to be in Akron, Ohio in the beginning parts of February where it's, Antarctic weather. And I'm like, it would literally make sense. It's in your backyard. You got Side Splitters with 3 T's right there. It's your home club. Makes sense. And like the next show, he started pitching, throwing this idea. Oh, yeah, Tampa. Tampa sounds like a great idea.
I talked to the owner of Funny Stop, so I have both venues ready to go, but it doesn't look like it has legs. Ray obviously jumped in and made it more complicated. Imaginary Christmas tree. No, I have a Christmas tree.
Yeah, okay. So now he's got big plans on Christmas and a Christmas tree. Show us the tree.
I had nothing to do with it, but I do have a Christmas tree. Whatcha?
I had nothing to do with it, but I do in fact have a Christmas tree.
How about that Clearwater Chad date, huh?
Changing
with
the
Felicia.
subject.
How about that Clearwater Chad date with Felicia? I still think something happened between those two. That's my personal belief. I think something went down with those two. It was amazing. I bet it was. I bet it was amazing. Without a doubt. I want to thank Tammy, who signed up for Patreon. Everybody that signs
Tammy
up.
And this is where the internet starts. I mean, he starts leaving wherever he had internet access to, and the internet starts to shit out on him here. But Tammy is, I guess, what's he going to say here, $100 sponsor?
I want to thank Tammy.
I mean, tell me that doesn't sound like a made-up Tammy. I've heard Aaron use this Tammy before, too. I find it hard to believe that there's any Tammys around. You know what I mean?
Who signed up for Patreon. Everybody that signs
she signed up for Patreon. Very cool.
Up from Patreon the month of December, even the $5 tier gets a free t-shirt.
Hell yeah.
I'm in a giving mood, plus I have so many shirts. For the love of God. Say, Bo Beardy.
And that's Chad's walk and talk from this afternoon. Now, again, he was supposed to have some big show today. He was going to be doing some big show. But, you know, there was stuff that came up. I mean, you heard it in the beginning of that video there. There was stuff that came up, and he couldn't have Husey on. But it's funny because he found himself on Husey's show later on. Where is it at? God damn, this was a terrible way to set up. I mean, next time I have to have a monitor at all fucking times. All right, this was Chad on Husey. Mere hours later with Shmuel Buckman, Little Lemmy, Clearwater Chad, who has swooped right in to, basically steal Felicia. You got to think Karmic is not too thrilled with this. Is anything happening? As Chad was speculating, probably not. I mean, Clearwater Chad doesn't look like he has much going on in his head to like pull off Felicia. And it just, you know what I mean? I find it very, very hard to believe that. I mean, look, Felicia would have to be the biggest. Maybe it's possible, right? Maybe it's possible that Felicia is the biggest whore of all time. And whoever, if you have a cock and you're in like a 20-foot vicinity of Felicia Gillespie, she might suck your dick. So maybe Clearwater Chad did get some. I don't think that is the case, however, and I think they just shared some. I mean, it was like a cute first date, I guess, in Clearwater Chad's mind, anyway. I don't know if I don't know what her angle is on it. I don't trust this Felicia person as far as I could throw her. But this was Chad later on. Now, remember, Chad, he hasn't been drinking. He's letting us know ever since his health scare, it really whipped him into shape. When his health scare being his alleged fainting on a plane, not to be confused with snakes on a plane. His fainting on a plane led Chad to swear off drinking. That coupled in with his COVID and his malaria he got last week and his doctor's visits and the blood work and the EKGs and everything else in between. He really swore off drinking. But again, it's just like, it's Chad, right? So, I mean, Chad, the one thing he does do well is drink. I will give him that. He's a solid drinker. And he's here on Husey. You can say, pretty fucked up.
This morning, 4 people were covering Karmic. 4 Dabbleverse streamers were covering one.
Yeah, that's another thing too. You couldn't go on YouTube last night without seeing somebody live covering Karmic, and not just like a Karmic clip or what Karmic has been up to or what he's done over the last week or so, or it was all of Karmic live. Like Karmic last night was live, and then there was like 4 or 5 streams watching the same live show. And it's like at that point, if there's that many shows sniping the same show, somebody has to snipe a show. So you open up the time loop link. You can't all just snipe, and just be selfish about it. Snipe the person sniping the host. And then if someone else jumps on, then you got to snipe the person who's sniping the person who's sniping the host, and so on and so forth.
Let's
keep listening.
Dude.
True.
And like how much more meat is on that carcass, really? Truly. And is content that
Tommy Jordan for $2 says, if I was there with you, we'd be running Dabbleverse. Right? Dabbleverse Vegas? Maybe next time, Tommy. Maybe next time. Maybe the next time somebody's deathly sick and ill. No, I'm kidding. But no, seriously, maybe next time. I mean, I don't know when the next time I'll be out in Vegas, if ever again. It's just, the whole Vegas thing to me is completely overrated. Now, granted, this is my first time here. I've only been here maybe 2 days, so I haven't got to see all of Vegas. But yeah, it's just like, if you're not really willing to lose a bunch of money. You know what I mean? I mean, sure, could you go to dinners and do the fucking Ferris wheel and... Sure, but I mean, everything is like, insanely priced. But nonetheless, yeah, well, maybe next time. Maybe there will be a next time. I can never say never.
hard
Thank you for the 2, Tommy.
to create now?
Yeah, because the problem with these people is like Karl and like I know Lemmy, you're a fan of these people, but like Melton and these people, they don't do anything. They just watch other people. You got to go out and do things and make things happen. They're not doing it. So when things dry up, like Steel Toe right now, Aaron Emholt is done. It's a wrap. There's nothing going on. So you're searching for shit, and you got to make stuff happen. And they want the money from this, but they don't have any content. They have nothing. They have to make up content.
They have viewers though.
Yeah, because it's like I'm the cool kids. I'm part of something, but at the end of the day, how long are you going to sustain that and keep that? Like,
now, look, this has been a big point of contention for the overall Dabbleverse over the last, I want to say, well, since I've found it, or I mean, it wasn't really, I guess it was technically the Dabbleverse. But, when I was thrown into all this madness, and people were saying it then, dude, things are drying up over there in the Dabbleverse. Things are really getting stale. I mean, in some aspects, sure, but you have to shift your focus. I mean, you can't. I mean, that's why I think the Shuley Network, is retarded. I mean, every day they're doing Stuttering John still. I think I saw Dan in a clip recently where he was like giving Karl the fucking business about like, yo, like, can you even call it good programming anymore? Like, it's almost like CNN with Trump. And that's why people don't really watch, because it's like, okay, covering the same thing all day, every day. It gets a bit tiresome, even for the audience who, like this stuff. You have to break it up a little bit. And good hosts do, and others, don't. But the point is, to me, I don't think there will ever be a moment in time where the Dabbleverse, Hackverse, Shitverse dries up completely, unless there's like just a worldwide internet outage and people aren't able to stream. But nonetheless, you hear Chad use this argument because he's so tired of people. Tired of all the fucking people doing better than he is.
Like, you have to have something you're going against, and it's drying the up.
But we've been saying it's been drying the up for 2 years.
It is.
You keep saying it's drying the up. We're about to put on, but the Dabbleverse is about to put on the third Hackamania. which is outselling all prior Hackamanias.
How do you know that, Shmuel? How do you know that?
I do because I know what the hotel situation is.
You don't.
Okay, all right, I don't. So I don't. I'm making it up just like you do. So
yeah, don't trust this Shmuel guy. I mean, look, I don't like Chad, but that doesn't make me listen and subscribe to everything Shmuel Buckman is saying. I mean, the guy doesn't have eyelids. Self-admit it. And, I mean, again, it's like midgets and Chinese people. Well, not that I don't trust. Oh, actually, no, I don't. I don't think I've ever met a Chinaman who I trusted. I mean, maybe Yao Ming once, but that's because he won me a parlay. But outside of that,
no,
there
I'm
we
just
go.
saying you're making stuff up as you go, and I get it. But
I'm not making anything.
So here, let me give you a nice. This is harder than it looks here today. Okay, let's zoom in on Chad, Drunky Chad.
I'm not making anything up as I go, Chad.
You are.
How am I making that up, Chad?
You
Chad,
want it. You're
Chad,
a part
I'll
of
tell
it.
you what, Chad. Instead of
Talk to
calling
me,
me a
Goose.
liar, why don't you call the Plaza after we get off? Call the Plaza Hotel, see what their room situation is.
I
for
got
that,
better
for those weeks.
ideas.
What, are you going to insult a comedy club owner that you will then say was slandering you or something?
Listen,
I
you
mean,
pay
come on.
attention to a lot of things, and I appreciate that, and you're well in tune. But at the end of the day, you want to be on the winning team. You want to be a part of the whatever's the cool thing. Or
Chad, I'm not
whatever
on
that
a
is.
team. Chad, I'm not on a
You
team.
want
I
to be
observe.
loved.
No, I'm observant. I am observant.
No.
I am observant. I was at
It's funny because the same exact thing could be said about Chad. You want to be a part of. You want to be a part of the Cool Kids Club. You want to be loved, ultimately, by somebody.
Mania last year. I know how many people were there. I know what all the shows were. You can say it sucked all you want, but there were 200 some people.
How much do you think Melton's paying this guy to be a spokesperson with Hackamania? I should ask Melton that. Are you paying Shmuel Buckman? If so, how much? I mean, because the guy really doesn't, I mean, does a number. Ball washing. And if it's for free, that would be jarring. Look at Chad's face here. Look at Chad's stupid fucking face.
People that were there, and there will be another 200 that will go back.
200? Holy shit, Husey!
Now, remember, this is coming from a guy who just the other day was like, I told you I don't sell tickets. I've never claimed to sell tickets. Chad would jizz in his pants if 200 people decided to just show up at Side Splitters with 3 T's one day at his comedy, whatever he's got going on, shindig.
200 people!
Look, in the grand scheme of things, is 200 people insane? No. It's really, I mean, it really isn't. It really is not. But in comparison to most things, speaking from a live musician standpoint, if we had 200 people fill a room, I mean, yeah, that would actually be great. So maybe I take that back. 200 in the grand scheme of things, like if you're talking about thousands of people or like you're comparing it to like Taylor Swift, obviously 200 people is like a drop in the bucket. But, you know, when you're a small time, either local band or, you know, a Dabbleverse podcast, yeah, 200 people actually, I take that all back. It is actually quite a lot of people. So Chad trying to undermine it here. Again, you would fucking cream your pants if you got 200 people to come out to your fucking shows.
People, holy shit! That's amazing.
It's a lot more than you got at the Tennessee Beer Hall.
I got canceled.
Well, if you don't set it up, but this is the thing. Like, you're so willing to jump on other people and say, "Oh, they suck here. They can't do this. They can't do." But we haven't seen you do anything. So it's like, how about you do something first?
All the time.
And then you do something first. You put on a show, and then I'll
you guys do 2 shows a year. I do shows every weekend. I don't give a Shmuel, this is your...
Yeah, but again, it's not like you're not like throwing the shows. You're just getting booked and then going to perform 7-year-old material. Hillary Clinton's got a podcast, and you know what I mean? You're not going through the trouble to book venues. And even in the Tennessee Avenue Beer Hall, you didn't really go through any trouble. I mean, I think Ken Mosca, hey man, can we still get that methadone, the place next to the methadone clinic? You think that place is still available for free? And Ken was probably like, yeah, let me make a call. You didn't go through the trouble. So, throwing something, putting a show together, and being on it at the same time is much different than just booking yourself and showing up and performing.
For life, you old, decrepit man who's about to lose his third wife.
This is how I know, Chad, that I win every conversation I have with you, because
You don't
you're not,
win anything.
You're
You're
not
under 1,000
challenging what I'm
Nobody
saying.
cares about you.
You're
You're
attacking my
almost
age,
dead.
my
Look how
looks.
old you are.
I
You
know.
can't even blink.
I know how
You don't even blink.
old I am, and I can't blink because I don't have eyelids, not because I'm old. Jesus Christ, get with the...
See, Christian Mayer and Keanu, this is how you do it, right? If you're in an argument, Husey did it right here. You don't shut down the show. You don't go, hey guys, you want to pick this up another time? Why don't we lower the temperature here on today's program? Let's dial it back just a smidge. No, you gas it up. If anything, Husey's underplaying it here. I know Husey plays this whole thing, like when people start arguing on a show, we kind of just sit back and relax and watch. And that is a proper move in most aspects. Every now and again, you got to kind of stoke the fire, though. You know what I mean? You want to start throwing gasoline. You want to throw a couple pot shots at, some of the guys. Getting one of the guys' head. Make them feel less than. And I guess to his credit, he's going to do that here. He's going to bring up some super chats that are like shitting on, I think, Chad. I don't know if anyone shits on Shmuel. I mean, the Chad hate is so great. People are incapable of seeing anything bad about Shmuel. And again, there's probably, just go check out any Lifeforms episode. That will give you the rundown on what you need to know. I don't know enough about Shmuel. I know he has no eyelids, and now what I'm gathering from this is that he's just Melton's Hackmania spokesperson, and I guess Melton has him on some sort of payroll. At least that's how I'm picking this up. And I hope that is the case. Because again, if you're working for free, that's crazy. That is crazy.
Program.
Can we circle back to that just a sec? I wanted to address that super chat about Victoria.
Please, Clearwater. Please.
She's wanting me to eat popcorn, which I do love. I can't physically eat any more popcorn. I ate 3 bags on Bedabbler this morning, so you got to watch that stream if you want to see me eat popcorn today.
Somebody said drop Chad in the chat. Drop me. You know what, Husey, drop me. Somebody said drop Chad. I'm ruining the show. Husey.
You're not ruining
No. They said I'm ruining the show right now. And did you drop me?
No.
So listen. No, Husey. No, they saying I'm ruining the show to drop me. So I'm going to drop me because I'm ruining the show.
Ruining. He can't say ruining. Ruining. I'm ruining the show. What is ruining?
So I'm going to drop me because I'm ruining the show.
It's close. It's close. That I barely, sneaks in there.
So I'm going to drop me because I'm ruining the show. I ruined it.
I'm sorry, Chad. I didn't mean to chase
No, it's
you
over.
away.
I ruined the show.
I apologize.
Hit the like button.
I apologize, Husey.
It would be a bit on brand for him.
And he's back.
Really, because he gets into his phases, and once he finds out something gets him attention and views, he's going to do it.
General Z is back. And just in time, Chad, because we were actually one of the topics we wanted to speak about.
Oh, I know.
And,
I was watching.
Yeah, and Buckman will apologize to you soon.
Chad, have you been drinking?
No.
Let's get that out of the way.
No. Me? Drinking? Never.
No, Buckman. No.
Okay. I'm asking for the crowd. I was the one that said I didn't think you
you're
were.
the crowd. You're the crowd.
Chris Kelter ain't the drunk criminal you are.
Oh, that's the owner of the Maslin Comedy Club Crackpots.
Yeah, by the way, someone was saying earlier that you've been accused of using this guy says Brody's stand-up. Have you been accused of this before, or is this groundbreaking news?
Groundbreaking news. Dear friend of mine. So let's weigh in on this. Let's make this a thing. No one's ever said that until this guy.
And then he followed it up with he closes with one of KB's jokes.
No, that's not true.
I mean, it wouldn't be shocking if that were the case, if Chad was closing with... I'm trying to remember what Chad's closing... It was so, like... just irrelevant, monotone, nothing. Mixed in with the adrenaline of me filming. I don't really remember what Chad's close... I'd have to go back and watch the tape of what Chad's closing bit was. And as far as... I don't know Brody Stevens material to compare whatsoever. But, I mean, again, it wouldn't be shocking.
So Buckman, you're definitely not going to apologize to Chad, no?
For Chad, I'm sorry, things haven't worked out the way you wanted.
God damn it. Listen, let's move through this.
Yeah.
All right, so there's Chad, very drunk on Husey earlier this morning, or actually just a couple of hours ago. I got way more Chad to do here today. Let me see here. Sorry about this. It's just very difficult to see this monitor on top of the TV. So Chad's been going back and forth this past week with this comedy club owner, Chris Kelter, I believe is his name. And this Chris Kelter does not want to book Chad whatsoever because Chad is Chad. And Chad's been harassing Chris over this past week. And Chris has taken to Facebook here, if I could find it. He's taken to Facebook to let everyone know about how big of a fucking creep Chad actually is. Let's check this out. This might be hard to read. So this was from Chris on Facebook. This was reposted by Chad Boozmock over on Twitter, and it goes as following. Now, a lot of this lines up perfectly to Chad's character. It says, I say all this with a raised eyebrow. Now, again, this is the guy, Chris, the comedy club owner. Now, look, the guy, it is fitting that his club is named Crackpots, because, I mean, if I saw him on, I think Chad was covering him, which we're going to get to that episode coming up from yesterday. But I saw him with Stuttering John, and he is every bit of a crackpot that you can imagine. So it is pretty fitting. So again, take it, I guess, with a bit of a grain of salt. But a lot of the things he's saying here is right on brand with Chad. I mean, it's shocking. Again, this is the guy Chris says, I say, and it's a lengthy Facebook post. This guy like sat there and thought out and wrote this out to prove a point. I say all this with a raised eyebrow while shaking my head. I find this absolutely appalling, and I wonder how this type of behavior is even permitted on YouTube. This is the problem with comedy today. This is what makes comedy look bad. This is not the art of comedy and not what I want to see become of the industry. I share this 8-minute and 44-second video so that you could see the sickness for yourself. Unfortunately, this type of drama bullshit is becoming more and more prevalent. I mean, again, it's just the internet. It's just kind of how it is. More prevalent in the comedic arts. Chad Zumock. Okay, so he dead names him here. Chad Zumock has been bothering me for months to get booked at my club. Clubs, plural, actually. Even though I explained to him that I would not book him. So Chad, again, I mean, you see it all across just the Dabbleverse in a small sample size. Chad's always emailing people at all hours of the night. He, does his World War Z podcast, walks around a random neighborhood, sits on random strangers' front steps, goes home, has a few, throws a few back, throws a few Tito's and lemonade back. And then he gets the email, and he gets the email on all these people, from the Meltons to the Karls to the Roccos to everyone. Anyone who's anyone. Chad will email you this, aggressive paragraphs, really. And this is what this guy Chris has been saying here. Chad has been bothering me for months to get booked at my clubs, even though I explained to him that I would not book him. When he learned I booked another comedian when he has created an entire podcast to, as he says, ruin him, quote unquote, his life, Stuttering John, that is. And now, after I booked that comedian that is in his crosshairs, he now apparently has me and my business in the crosshairs. He clearly says in this video that he is going to take me down and shut down my business. Oh no! Oh fucking no. Again, the Z-Man is on the attack. I'd love to see it, though. Chad couldn't shut down. I mean, let's be real. Chad can't shut down anything. He can't shut down his own alcoholism. I mean, seriously, what makes you think he could shut down somebody's business? And this is why, like, a lot of these guys, you have to consider the source. Mersh, this is what I was saying just a couple of shows ago. It's like, again, it's Chad saying this. If this were, like, really anyone else, I might take a lot of this more serious, but it's Chad. He's not capable of shutting down a business. He's not capable of galvanizing troops and everyone, a whole mob, January 6th style mob, showing up at your house in a protest manner. Like, it's just not going to happen. First, what an ego. First clue of the sickness. This relatively unknown person who closes Thursday nights believes his podcast with 1,000 views. Damn. I love how this guy goes after Chad's viewership. And that's really actually being generous. That's actually being generous. I mean, live, again, it doesn't get 1,000 views. After the bought and paid for bots come in, I mean, you're getting maybe 400 live. But again, without the bots, you're getting maybe $150, $180 tops, 200 at best on a good day. And after the fact, I mean, he hides all his videos, so you don't see the overall number because it's very, very, it's bad. Most of Chad's episodes are below 1,000 after the fact, and that's why he puts them behind paywall. His podcast with 1,000 views is going to be capable to quote unquote shut down my business, rather. He sure thinks he's something big because I don't know anyone with that much ability or power. Second, he wants to, quote unquote, shut down my clubs that although I won't book him, but I do books hundreds of artists each year, many that are apparently are not up to his standards, as he calls my clubs and others in the Northeast Ohio AD Club. And we buy products from other businesses. We employ people, blah, 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 blah. This is really meaningless here. This guy wants to shut down all. Okay, I mean, seriously, cry me a river. No one really gives a shit about that. His comments about me being an asshole, and yes, at times I am an asshole, but it's usually addressed to people. Okay, this ought to be good. His comments about usually addressed to people, just like this, who scream asshole. Hold on, let me shift here so I can read this a little better. Scream asshole. Chad goes on to say, I pay poorly, but remember, he wants to work for me. I don't know a single... Right, so you have to remember that. Chad, in one side of his mouth, is saying this guy does not pay well whatsoever, but has been hitting this guy up for months, according to Chris Kelter from Crackpots. He's been hitting him up for months to try to get booked. I don't know a single business owner that isn't cheap, but honestly, we prefer the word frugal. Okay, so this guy is probably Jewish. I'm surprised he didn't mention Marty from Dover, who claims I cheated him out of $5. True story. Yes, I talk about comedians, and it could even be said I talk behind their back because they obviously are not present. But these conversations are professional conversations with other industry. Blah blah blah. Chad does, and that's cry online about how the world and people are treating him so badly. Each 24 hours he sent, okay, so this is insane here. So each 24 hours, according to Kelter, Chad is sending a Facebook message. Now, this is right on brand with Chad. This is literally right out of the Chad Zumach handbook. Every 24 hours, he sends a defamatory message on Facebook and then immediately blocks me. Now, Chad is notorious for blocking everybody. He'll send you a message, block you, unblock you, send you a message, block you again. So, I mean, again, right on cue. It's so funny to see this as he throws a punch and runs away. His sidekick, Tony, is now look, I wouldn't really call Tony a Chad's sidekick. Tony's a lost soul. He's a Chad fucking simp, and he's got nothing else better going on. The Check Your Brain podcast has, really peaked, years ago, if it ever peaked at all, actually. So you can't really call his side. Maybe you could, I guess. I don't know. It appears Tony does the work finding out things. I don't think Tony is going behind the scenes and finding things out. Maybe he is. But I think it's one of Chad's probably 5 mods. It appears Tony does the work finding out things like how to pronounce the names of people he's trying to ruin. Get it? Because Chad can't speak. And Chad is the mouthpiece, being the pinky to Tony's brain. I do realize that he will make money from you viewing this, and I'm okay with that. As he probably needs the money to move out of his sister's basement. Wow. Do you know something, Chris Kelter, that we don't know? Please note these 2 characters. Please do not book these 2 characters. So he's putting out the hit. And I don't know how much pull this guy has, if any at all. But, really, you don't have to, look, this whole PSA, please note, please don't book them. It's like, you're really wasting your time. Just call Side Splitters and let them know what's going on. That's really the only place Chad works. Please feel free to share. P.S. I'm not worried about a slander suit, as it's obvious this podcast is being broadcast from his nephew's basement. I believe, what is with all the basement slander, man? Again, where does this guy broadcast from? An ivory tower? Seriously, dude, what do you podcast from a basement? It's like, well, where would you like me to, my attic? A crawl space? Outside? Like, where do you want me to do a podcast from? I get it's funny, but the whole, mom's basement thing, you're in her basement doing a podcast, it's like, that's like so 9 years ago. It doesn't quite hit as hard anymore. Because everyone says that about everyone now. You notice, right? Oh, you're just in your basement doing a podcast. Again, it's like, where am I supposed to do a podcast from? And to some people who don't have basements, you pick a spare room. But if you had a basement, you could almost guarantee that's where your setup would be. Where else are you supposed to do a live stream from? Your bedroom? I think that's worse. In one corner you have your underwear and sock drawer, and then right next to you got your streaming setup. That's pretty weird. You got your laundry basket right behind you. Yeah, what is wrong with the basement? I never understood that. You're doing a podcast from your basement. Oh, cool. I'm not worried about slander suit, and it's obvious this podcast is being broadcast from his nephew's basement. I believe he doesn't have the money to pay a retainer. He doesn't. Actually, he might. I don't know. Chad goes around and says he has a nice nest egg. Nice, comfortable. He could buy a car in cash. That's in a direct quote, by the way. I believe he doesn't have the money to pay for a retainer for an attorney. I have discussed this matter with my attorney, however. I won't comment on that at this time until my legal actions are taken. I'll share as I can. So that's Chris Kettler from the Crackpot Comedy Club in Northeast Ohio, claiming a lot of claims there, man. Claiming a lot of claims that Chad is harassing this guy. Not only is he being harassed, but then Chad's going right behind his back and blocking him, which is, again, right on brand with Chad. Chad Strikes Back, which is what we're going to watch now. This was from yesterday, Chad Strikes Back. I have this clipped out, so it's not just going to be one long watch. So we need to make note of 2 things here. 2 things. One being this. This was yesterday. Today's show was deleted and won't be on Patreon because multiple people reporting it. Careful to the clippers that clipped it, which, by the way, no clippers clipped it. Maybe Boozmock sniped it. I think Boozmock did snipe it. But, what does Chad think? That all of the clippers are clipping his show? That's not happening. The comedy club owner has someone striking all channels because of what I said about him today. This is now. Remember this part right here. This is real.
That's a fucking fact.
Now, this is actually the opposite of real. So I rewatched that episode late last night and finished it up this morning, and there was a part in this episode, I can't show it on screen, but the real reason why Chad took this down was because at, I think it was like the 40-minute mark, somebody super chats in with an avatar of a fucking penis, an erect, throbbing penis. And Chad just left it on the screen because he, I guess, didn't notice. So that is the real reason why. Don't get it twisted. I highly doubt Chris Kettler is going around striking his channel for something Chad said about him. And in fact, I could probably say beyond a shadow of a doubt, Chad did delete this episode because of the erect, throbbing, veiny, I may add, penis that was displayed on screen for the better part, like I said, for almost a minute. Started to make me feel a bit uncomfortable. And again, Chad, I know Chad likes that sort of thing, but, you know, when you're not ready to see a throbbing, erect penis on a screen, it's, you know, it's very nauseating, to say the least. So this was from yesterday. This was Chad's episode yesterday. I just clipped out. So again, now we'll watch a little bit of this. And then we're going to move on from the Z-Man. Check it out. Chad yesterday.
What's the dick? I thought it was squashed.
Things are happening, everybody. We're at war. The war is right outside your door. I ain't fucking around today. I ain't fucking around. I'm getting paid after this. That's all I'm focused on right now.
Whatever, I'm getting paid after this. That's all I'm focused on right now. What was a work?
It's Friday. Happy holidays. We're officially doing it on a Friday. Yay! Good to be here. I hope you're happy with your life. Some people's lives aren't going to be good today. Whatcha? Thank you so much for watching my program today. Thank you for all your support, your generous donations, getting memberships, gifting memberships, signing up for Patreon. I want to thank, first and foremost, before we get things rolling, because I tend to not.
So you know it's serious when he shows up in the army hat. You know it's fucking real. He's at war. Lace up, Shark Army. We're going to war with Chris Kettler from the Crackpot Comedy Club, who I've been harassing for months on end, trying to desperately get work outside of Tampa. Lord knows Chad needs it. His fake girlfriend and the fake Christmas tree are really, struggling this year. Let me see. Where are we going first? Intro. It just says intro. Right, so let's just play a little bit.
Check during the show as much. Hold on. Just want to make sure.
It's always cool and mature when you're making fart noises on your show. While you're in your army hat, your cool Z-Man army hat, to make a fart noise.
Darren, thank you for the Venmo. That was very nice of you. That was very, very, very nice. I don't know what your screen name is, so I can't give you the prompt.
What is this, AOL Instant Messenger? I don't know what your screen name is. I mean, come on, man. Screen name.
So
I haven't used the word screen name or uttered the phrase screen name since AIM.
Put something in the memo. If you're going to do the Venmo and the Cashapp and the PayPal and the Zelle and the Streamlabs and the Kiki.
Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats.
Whoa.
So much to get to, so much to talk about. I don't know where to begin and where to go from here.
There's so much to do and so much to talk about, but I actually don't know where to begin or even start with.
Because lots gone on in the last 48 hours. A lot has happened, a lot has transpired, and I need to
bite your nails,
figure out how I'm going to pivot and how I'm going to get things going. First and foremost,
I mean, you got to remember, Chad, I mean, it really the last month has been shit. Mersh has gone to the cops and filed a criminal complaint against Chad. I don't think it's right. However, you know, it didn't stop Mersh from going to file. So he's dealing with that over his head. This Chris Kettler guy is putting it out there, you know, in the streets that to not book Chad at any of their fucking establishments, A, and B, talking to his attorney, possibly for some sort of a slander suit. Who knows? Talking to an attorney. He's got that hanging over his head. Thanksgiving was a shitty Thanksgiving. He got in a fight with his imaginary girlfriend. They fought. They made up. They fought again. They made up. And he hasn't really mentioned her since, which is very strange. He has a tree, allegedly. He can't stop. I mean, you could really pinpoint from Thanksgiving till now. It's the holiday blues are setting in for old Zumach.
I think this is how we'll start all the shows in the near future, because there's so much to get to. I mean, it seems like Mersh and I were like last year. Remember the whole Mersh, Chad Zumach, Mudshark battle? Me showing up to his house. The big comedy battle that was supposed to go down at Hackamania that I agreed to all terms and never heard anything back. So, don't know. I agreed to all terms, but I guess it's not happening.
Well, no, you didn't agree to all terms because the terms were you were going to be flown out, put up at least for a night. Like if you flew in on a Thursday, you'd be put up Thursday night into Friday night, the night of the show, the night of the performance. And that's it. You're going to be paid cash. You're going to be paid, $200 and something a day, walking around money. Melton was basically your pimp for that weekend. And you trying to be the slippery mud shark that you are, wanted an extra day. You're like, the only way I'm going is if I can get one more. I want to stay. I want to see the event and how all these guys do the event, this pro event. But you really tried to push it by wanting one extra day. So you want it to come in on a Thursday, have Melton pay for your Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday. And to his credit, man, he said, no, put the money up yourself. Like, you're making a handsome amount of money just for coming out here. I mean, you could surely afford one night at a hotel here, right? But that was the kicker. So, no, you didn't actually, in fact, agree to all terms.
But we called the police station in Polk County, and they said a police report was filed. I have yet to hear back from Officer Fletcher. I've contacted him 7 times.
Officer Fletcher. He's contacted officer. Now, if you've contacted somebody 7 times over the past week, wouldn't most people like remember the person you're contacting 7 times? You would remember their name. And in this case, Officer Deputy Johnson, actually, I remembered. Deputy John. I mean, that's such an easy name to remember. It should be, at least for Chad. Chad loves himself a nice Deputy Johnson, if you know what I mean. And he calls him Deputy Fletcher. Huh. You've called this man 7 times. You can't even remember his name. Got it.
7 times, left 7 voicemails. Not one phone call. Oh, Deputy Johnson. Not one phone call was returned. And I keep checking Sheriff Grady Judd's morning briefings because I want to be on the morning briefing in Polk County.
In Polk County. I would actually love to be on the daily briefings in Port County.
And I've yet
sounds like a fun place
to see me on the morning briefing. So let's check in with
just endless supplies of pork and bacon.
The sheriff right now. This was his briefing this morning.
Good morning, everyone.
All right, so he shows another. I mean, this is just, every day now. Grady Judd. 10 minutes. Chad's deal with Melton and recap of his comedy show. All right, let's see what this is. Okay, I can't even see the fucking. Oh, this is going to be bad. Because I can't see.
That's why.
Time.
He just came in my life and left me like my real dad. But Sheriff Grady, I'm checking your briefings every morning.
Roll. No, I won't. Anthony Cumia is a pedophile.
Whoa!
I won't be apologizing to him. Anthony Cumia can suck my fucking dick.
Whoa.
Know that. Understand that going to Hackamania is not important enough to me to ever apologize for having honest opinions about Anthony Cumia and his fucking disgusting proclivities.
Wow.
So no, I won't be doing that. And also I will have to ban you. And it's nothing personal, but I don't like anyone coming in and impersonating people. It just creates confusion in the chat and I don't like it. And you're literally trying to imitate my girlfriend, which is double weird.
Mersh, you got a girlfriend? When did that happen? He said Anthony Cumia can suck his dick, and he's a pedophile. People are throwing around pedophile. I made a deal with Melton that I wouldn't say until after Hackamania, so I'm not saying that anymore. But Mersh is going to go ahead and accuse people of.
Now, how long do you think that actually lasts? Right? Because you're not going to Hackamania. You're not performing at Hackamania, so why would you want to keep up that end of the bargain?
I don't know. I'm starting to think these people don't like each other. I'm starting to think none of us like each other. Thank you to anybody that came to my show yesterday. I don't know who's in the chat today. Is Ian here? Is Ian here?
One person. Ian, are you there? Thank you for everyone who came to my show. Ian was it was probably the sound guy.
Is Joey C here? Is Joey C's wife here?
Okay.
They were at the show.
3 people. Ian, Joey C, and Christina C.
Yesterday, had a nice conversation with Joey C and his wife. It was a light turnout, which is fine, but they were into
I'd say
it.
3 people is actually, that's really disrespectful to use the term light turnout. That's like what would you even call it? What's what's worse than light turnout?
And that's all I care about. They were into it, and I got to try some new stuff out. It was a lot of fun. Shout out to Side Splitters and all the great comics that were on the show. Mary Kay, my opener. She's fantastic.
By the way, we're about a week and a half away from 2026. And again, if I haven't said it yet today's show, happy fucking New Year to everyone. But we are rapidly approaching 2026, and Chad's audio still, to this day, sounds like a bag of popcorn in the microwave.
She does a lot of the Don't Tell shows. Who else was on the show yesterday? Let me give a proper shout out to everybody. Oh, my buddy Steve was on the show. But yeah, shout out to Joey C. Apparently, I don't live far from Joey C now. Apparently, he lives pretty close by me. I guess he moved.
So again, just keep your eyes on, too, this nice little bandage Chad's got going on here. He's been sporting now for the past week because his glasses are bruising his nose.
So maybe something's in the works. You never know. You don't know. That's why you watch. Anything can happen on any given day. You don't know who you're going to be at war with. If you were going to ask me a month ago that some cunt D-room, D-club owner, failed comedian would be on my radar, I'd be like, what? But he is. He is.
All right, let's go to 13 minutes.
Of course, I'm going to play the horse sound.
13 minutes here. Chad's response to the owner Landon Mania updates and location.
Effect. What are you, out of your mind? I'm telling you right now, I warned you guys about a few people just because they were coming after me for some cheap heat and clout. And you guys like a pile-on. But be careful of who you back. It's not going to do you well. This comedy club owner in Maslin is hated big time. You thought I burned bridges? Whoa. You should have seen the amount of DMs and messages I got when I put the APB out on this dude. I mean, he is universally hated. And before you go back in this guy, because of my thing with him and him coming after me, you're going to need to know your role. I mean, come on. The guy's best friends with Stuttering John now. Are you out of your fucking...
Again, this is such a second grade mindset. I know you might hate me, but don't go back in this guy. No one's backing Chris Kettler. You know what I mean? No one is backing this comedy. I have no idea who he is. He could be lying for all I know. It doesn't change the fact that you're also simultaneously probably lying somewhere about everything and a giant piece of trash. So, I mean, again, I know you don't like me, but don't like it. Who?
Fucking mine. Stuttering John just meets these people randomly in their mouth. Oh, friend for life. He's a friend for life. Okay.
Yeah, that's Stuttering John. I mean, that's...
We'll get to it.
Come on.
Let's get caught up here. Can you book Landomania in January 30th in Tampa?
Now, again, I think it was the day before, because this was Friday, so the day before I did a show. And I'm like, again, and other people might have said it as well, but I know I was on my show yelling from the fucking rooftops. Why wouldn't you do it at Side Splitters in Tampa? February, Tampa. That's where people want to be. Not Akron, not somewhere where it's frigid outside and you got to bundle up just to go smoke. There's nothing more worse. Now, granted, us smokers, we do it to ourselves, but even still, even if you're a non-smoker and you're inside of a fucking comedy club or a venue for 2, 3, 4+ hours, you might want to go outside and get a breath of fresh air. You might not even want to be, or you might not be a smoker, but you still want to maybe go outside. The last thing you want to do is grab your hoodie and then grab your long johns and then grab your fucking, North Face jacket, grab your scarf, grab your gloves, throw on your boots because it's probably snowing 6+ inches. Chad's like, where's the coldest place we could host a venue? Is it cheap? All right, book it. I'm there. Where's the place that gets the most snow? Can we go to, seriously, can we go to Sydney, Nova Scotia? I heard that place is very cheap and affordable for rooms and venues. Yeah, Chad, there might be 27 inches of snow coming in. That's fine. As long as the hotel's $18 or less, I'm there. Landon Mania, brother. Woo! It's like, again, this should be a no-brainer. It's anywhere south of the equator. It doesn't have to be Tampa. Anywhere I'd say south of, Georgia, which is, oddly enough, only Georgia and Florida. So maybe south of South Carolina. I don't know. South Carolina gets a little chilly. But somewhere where you don't have to worry about snow and negative temperatures. And we're smokers. Think about the smoke. There's a lot of people who smoke. But, why am I even wasting my breath? Landomania is not happening. So, it doesn't even matter.
Tampa Bay, Bert's in town. Let's get Bert on. Let's get Bert on the show. Bert Kreischer will do Brian Landon. We'll replace Bert with Ray. You cool with that? Peter McBrennan? We'll get to that too. We're going to talk about the Brian Landon mania. I don't know what's going on with it. I don't know if it's dead in the water. I know Brian went on Kevin's show yesterday. I didn't really watch much of it because I was running around.
This is almost a feat in of itself too. You're hearing Chad speak. You listen to when I speak, aside from when I had the AC unit blasting because I didn't think to shut it off before starting a podcast. But you hear when I speak, my voice is crystal clear. There's no reverb. There's no echo. Nothing. You just hear me. When I stop talking, it cuts. However, Chad, for whatever reason or another, I know some of the speculation was his room isn't fully furnished. Still, this has been an ongoing problem for, the better part of 2025. Every time he opens his mouth, it sounds like he's speaking from like a cathedral, a concert hall. You know what I mean? It sounds so insane. And the thing is, he's got, a really good microphone in the Shure SM7B. He's actually got the upgraded Shure SM7B. He's got the Shure SM7B DB, which adds some decibels to the overall sound. And he's got the Rodecaster. Although it be a junior, still a Rodecaster nonetheless. So you would think the audio would be crystal fucking clear. Professional sounding audio. And somehow, some way, this guy, it's fascinating. It really is fascinating. And there should probably be a case study done about this. Again, I don't know why I'd waste my breath and yell the name sorcerer. Because, God forbid to try to get that guy to do any case studies is like pulling fucking teeth. But how is it that it sounds this bad? There's so many YouTube videos on the Rodecaster. And really, a Rodecaster and any of these modern day podcast equipment, it's dummy proof. Like, you have to be a true retard. Seriously, I'm not even being hyperbolic here. You'd have to be a true and utter slow adult not to have good sounding audio. Is it passable? Yes. But it could be so much better, is my point. And again, it sounds like this.
But I did put up a poll. If Brian Landon Mania...
you just hear everything. You hear the chair squeaking in the background. You hear a mouse running from one room to the next. You literally hear everything. It sounds so bad. Like, I can't unhear it now.
Happens. Where would you rather see it go down? And I put up a couple funny ones. Of course, they're winning, but actually tied at 28% after 116 votes is Side Splitters and Madison Square Garden.
And then you add on that. So we have the reverberated sound effect happening where, again, most of these podcasting boards, they come with this effect built in, but Chad's room is able to have this sound just without it being an effect. It sounds like this. So I put a poll in. Like, that's literally how it sounds. And you couple the cracks and the pops. I don't know how people listen to this. I don't know how I listen to it half the time.
Actually leading the way is the Hog Shack, which is hilarious. And at 9%, the Funny Stop. We'll get to all that. I talked to the owner of the Funny Stop. I talked to the owner of Side Splitters. I suggested to Brian, hey, because Ray's already making it complicated. He's saying all this stuff. He's lying. I said, look, why not it's January. Nobody really wants to go to Ohio in January. It would be cheap.
That was your choice. Remember the other day? Come on, man. Come on.
You're not good. Just quit. You should just quit. You're not good.
You know what's crazy? In that clip, too, the clip of "You're Not Good" clip, the audio actually sounds pretty good there. So somewhere along the line, Chad has fucked his audio up beyond repair. Because, you hear it. It sounds crisp. This is how it's supposed to sound.
You're not good. Just quit.
Like, that's pretty concise. But he goes here, doing it in Akron, Ohio, like, who would want to be in the cold? It's like, that was your choice. I think Brian Landon wanted to have it in Seattle or some wild Pacific Northwest state. And then it was your choice because you were remember the other day, how giddy and excited and overwhelmed with joy you were because it was going to be in your backyard and you got family members coming. You were practically, glowing. with excitement. Oh, I know so many people in Akron. So many people are going to come. It's going to be fun, dude. It's cheap. It's affordable. My family's coming. I mean, remember, it was like a fucking loop we were going on. But now it's, So, I mean, one can only come to the conclusion, myself, that is, can come to the conclusion that Chad listened to my advice and took it, which I'm not even going to hate on him for. But, I mean, literally, this is like the very next day. It's bizarre.
He's saying all this stuff. He's lying. I said, look, why not it's January. Nobody really wants to go to Ohio in January. It would be cheap. It would be affordable. It's centrally located. I get why we would do that. But let's just have it in Florida, in Tampa, where the weather is nice. At least you have a vacation out of it. Or you can go to the beach. Or you could do other things. Because for Kevin Brennan, it's the same distance for the most part. And Kevin Brennan likes Tampa.
Does he? Kevin Brennan doesn't like any place that's not his bedroom where he could yell at his laptop for hours on end.
He's actually a fan of Tampa, and he's a fan of Side Splitters.
Like I'm still shocked Kevin Brennan even showed up in Atlantic City the 2 times that he did. Like that to Kevin is far. From North Jersey to South Jersey, that's like you're pushing it. I mean, good luck trying to get him to jump on a plane. You know what I mean? That's so ridiculous. I get it. You need Kevin to do any event. Like, nobody's going to go to a show with Chad and Ray. Like, you need Kevin as the draw. Which is, it's fine to admit. It's not I'm not slighting you. It's just, it is what it is. But, I mean, you would have to go to Kevin. And even then, look what happened last year. Look what happened last year.
So I think that would make the most sense. But that's just me. I don't even know what's going to happen. I heard it's off the table. I don't know. I heard Kevin saying he's not doing it.
Oh, man.
Ray's I don't know. We'll get into that. But yes, we'll throw Bird on. I'll just call him.
So my question is, who had money on the show not happening? Please collect your earnings.
I'll have to change the opening.
All right. Let's move forward here. Hold on. Let me find the clip. Where are we at? So we're at 16:18. We have to move to 32:15. Chad says he does. Chad says he don't know Chris, the club owner. Chad says he never wanted to work with crackpots. We could bypass that clip actually. Chad's big slander case. All right, let's go to 35:30. I want to hear this. Chad's big slander case, which is a B-side to Green Day's basket case. All right, let's check this out. 35:30.
Thank you very much, Kinky Loco, the Kinky Loco. Thank you for becoming a member. That's so cool. Will you be talking about Chris's Facebook about you? Yeah, he has me blocked, so I don't have access. So if somebody can send me a screenshot, I would love to read it.
Now, again, the guy Chris claimed that Chad blocked him, which is, again, right on brand with like that. It's not even shocking. Chad blocked me. He blocks everybody. But now he's saying this guy Chris has me blocked. Who are you going to believe?
I know he lied. He said I was, which is just slander. He said I was a convicted felon. That's just not true.
Well, I mean, it's close. It's close. You have been arrested an awful amount of times. I mean, you take it right up to the point of being a felon. You practically are a felon. You know what I mean? Like, okay, sure, it's not on your record. Like, it's not, but the amount of times you've been arrested in and out of fucking jail and got caught up with charges, you might as well be a felon is what I'm saying. Like, if you were black, you would have been a felon already. That's just facts. That's just facts.
So I am talking to a lawyer about all of this and whatever.
Okay, you're not. Stop that. And all these guys, I'm talking to a lawyer. You're not. I mean, let's be real here, man. You're not. Come on, man.
Whatever little he has, he should be worried because that is defamation and slander. But I'm not the first person he's done this to. He's done it to numerous comics. We're going to go over it.
And pause. Again, you don't have to adjust your screen here. Chad just needs a moment to think.
I'm not the first person he's done this to. He's done it to numerous comics. We're going to go over it.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 seconds.
Proud to be the
in between thoughts. Chad needed 8 seconds to figure out what to do. God, man, that his brain is really working slower and slower as each year goes on. Can you imagine Chad at 55? I mean, Jesus, man. This is Chad at, 51. You almost start to feel bad after a while. Like you're watching just a guy just in mental, decline. His health is just allegedly in free fall. He's got herpetogonosyphilitis one day. He's got COVID the next day. Hepatitis the day after that. He's collapsing on planes. He can't put down the bottle. He probably has a pill problem. He probably takes Ambien before bed. Probably takes some sort of like anti-seizure medication during the day just so he doesn't have to drink the second he wakes up. I mean, it's bad news, man. It really is bad news.
Longest standing member without a rank.
I mean, he reads at a fucking 3rd grade level.
Bench. Can I get a whatcha?
Cool improv, bro. Cool. This is what they teach you in improv class. Guys. Take notes. Grab your pens and papers and get ready to take notes. If you want to learn how to become a comic in today's day and age, look, I know there's Tommy Jordan, is notorious for wanting to become a comic. So there are still people with the hope and dream of one day hitting it big time and performing at Madison Square Garden and having their name in lights on the marquee, where Taylor Swift performed before them, and Jay-Z and Louis C.K. and George Carlin and this one and that one. But before you get to Madison Square Garden, MSG, in New York City, you got to be able to improv. And Chad really displays improv skills here that I've never seen before, actually. Check it out. Get ready to take notes.
To be the longest standing member without a wrench. Can I get a whatcha?
Well, 3. We get 3 whip cracks. I don't know why. What's the super chat say? Proud to be the longest standing member without a wrench. Okay, so the guy is asking for a whatcha. Okay, so he gave him 3. 32 months.
You need to see you around a little bit more. And I appreciate you being a member for 32 fucking months. That's cool. Thank you very much. You're a good contributor. People like you, but you're not around as much. I'm glad you're here.
I'm glad you're here. Oh, boy. All right, let me see. Chad's Band-Aid excuse. We kind of heard that on the Walk and Talk stream. It's because of his glasses here. Let's see him getting the full effect here. This is at 40:15. Sorry, I got to zoom in to see my time bar. 40:15. Boom, 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 boom. It's 39, 32. I think that should do.
I want to spread cheer. Patreon.com/World War Z. There you go. There you go. Thank you for being a member for 3 months, Jay-Z. What happened to your nose? Why the Band-Aid?
Is he okay? Why is his eyes black and blue? Like, I know he's saying his nose is black and blue, but his eyes are actually black. Like, the Band-Aid should be under his eyes. I mean, he looks really bad.
From wearing...
Maybe he is dying.
My glasses, like running on a treadmill.
Okay, remember this. Why he has this Band-Aid on for a month. Or a week, rather, not a month.
There's like, it started scabbing up and there's a scar and a mark there and it just won't heal.
Okay, so today he said there was a bruise on the bridge of his nose. Yesterday he says there was a scab and a scar. So he had a scab that's scarred already on the bridge of his nose that he doesn't want anyone to see because he's so self-conscious. You can't see Chad's scar on his face. I mean, does anyone believe this at all? Look, he could even be telling the truth, but it's like, it just seems weird that you would care this much about a scar to hide it and seclude it from people.
It won't heal. And every time I wear glasses, it just like starts cutting into the skin and bleeding. I'm afraid it's going to be permanently bruised. Does anybody that wear glasses, have you ever had that problem where it just starts digging into your skin and there's like a bruise that just won't go away?
Hey, cool
So
show.
I put a bunch of ointment down and I put a Band-Aid over it.
Ointment.
Barrister.
Okay, that's Chad's little Band-Aid excuse there. I just thought that was cute. All right, so the next clip at 45 minutes. Great take, Chad. Chad gets jealous over Ray's gifted membership, then gets weird with Keena K. So every time this Keena K comes in, he always has to throw on this little kid, this high-pitched, childlike sound effect. Every time this chick comes in and gifts anything, 99 cents, one membership, $5. Where is it at? I think so.
At this point.
See what I did? I knew I was going to say that. A 2% chance of it happening. It's not happening. I don't think it's happening. But I'm the one guy that can make it happen. A lot of the gigs that I have to people that want.
Yeah, why would you
see me? I'm like, yeah, come here. I'll be here.
Why was I promoting Side Splitters last night? Headlining it.
At this club, I'll be there. But I do work. I do comedy all the time.
Oh, speaking of which, New Year's Eve, I will be at McCurdy's, and I'm doing January 2nd, 3rd, and 4th at McCurdy's in Sarasota.
I know.
Gee, I wonder why people don't flock to go buy Chad Zumach tickets. I mean, when you rely on yourself to sell, and then this is what we get from Chad, just this under deliverance, this lackluster energy. I'll be at McCurdy's New Year's and 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Like, I mean, do you have a flyer? I know we shit on him because he creates his own flyers, but it's like, shouldn't you be making flyers, trying to like do something? I mean, I don't know. It seems like a piss poor way for a guy who's been in the comedy business for 20 years to be promoting his upcoming dates in the new year.
Speaking of which, New Year's Eve, I will be at McCurdy's, and I'm doing January 2nd, 3rd, and 4th at McCurdy's in Sarasota.
I know.
Word.
I know. Guess what? I don't live off of making $300 a month by live streaming. This is not.
Okay, so this is Chad's great take here. Ray's like, I don't make $300 a month off of live streaming. Listen to Chad's fantastic take.
You're good at it. You could.
If you were good at it, you could. Much like a lot of things in life. Right? Surely it goes on. Surely it continues.
It's a pretty good deal.
This is literally.
It's a pretty good deal. If you were good at it, you could. It's a pretty good deal. I guess he's saying he makes a living doing this, which I find very hard to believe. But okay, I guess
1/8 of my income is this, which I appreciate it. Thank you.
Ray DeVito has 8 revenue streams. That's the real story here. Ray DeVito, Ray Diamond Hands Davinsky, Mr. Mean and Vicious.
Mean, vicious.
Has 8 revenue streams. That's unbelievable.
You guys, Nick in Fort Wayne, and another one,
HVAC North and Nick in Fort Wayne are 2 of Chad's, contributors. They usually contribute, I think, more times than not. Chad sees this, And Chad's like this jealous guy. You're giving someone else money and you know, you're not giving me money. How dare you?
HVAC North. This is driving me insane seeing Nick in Fort Wayne gifting.
Like, I know it might sound like a joke or like he's trying to play it down, but this is like actually bothering him. You wouldn't say it if it wasn't bothering you.
Appreciate it. Thank you guys, Nick and Fort Wayne, and another one, HVAC
North. This is driving me insane seeing Nick in Fort Wayne gifting 5 to Ray and HVAC North gifting 5. What about me? What about me?
Then Keena K comes in.
KK gifting 1. Thank you. Thank you.
Every time.
Thank you very much. And if you got a membership from KK, thank her.
He's like talking like a baby. Like, what is happening here?
So nice of her. She's so sweet. So sweet.
I'm not lying. I shit you not. I almost throw a pair of sunglasses on Ray DeVito. You almost can't tell the two apart. Like, actually, I go one better. And I'd say Ray is actually more coherent and well put together than Chad these days. Like, for all of Ray's fucking flubs and, you know, just retarded fucking takes and is always trying to cheer up and make people friends and his I-80 killings and everything else in between that makes Ray DeVito, his ghost roast with Stuttering John. I mean, you can't knock him. He's got 8 revenue streams. Killing it. He's got an Cleveland Indians jersey, you know, behind him on a treadmill. Somehow that's better than what Chad's got going on.
Thank her. So nice of her. She's so sweet. So sweet.
Like, this is what I expect from Ray. Like, what Chad's doing right now is what I would expect from Ray. But instead, Chad's doing it. And I've never seen Ray, like, act like the way Chad is right now. It's very bizarre.
That reminds me. Rate these.
Okay, we get a rate. Somebody wants a rate. All right, let's see. There's a couple more here I'd like to get through. 55. 25 Chads, an hour in and hasn't. Okay, so we hear this every fucking Zumach show. Every fucking Zumach show. 55-25. Hold on. Hold up. Okay, right here. So Chad is an hour in, and he's been watching Ray. He's been talking about this Chris Kettler thing that's bothering him. He's got a, big thorn in Chad's ass these days. But we're an hour in. We're an hour into the quote-unquote show. But again, every show, Chad has to remind us of this.
Did he ask to stay at your place, like Stuttering John? All right, let's get through this. We have so much to do today, and we're already an hour in. We're already an hour in? We haven't even got to show. You guys have been so generous on the back end.
Then, like, you just pull up your little sweet spot to, like, pull up.
It's the second mention of the back end. Chad, again, loves the back end from other men. Staple drunk dial hotline. Okay, so Chad's 59, what is this? 5919 staple hotline. His drunk dial hotline is struggling. There's only, this past week, only one person has called it, Alex Ortiz. That's pretty much what you need to know there. I'm not going to show you that. I can just tell you that. Chad's inability to improve. That sounds like a good one. 101.
Seek.
Oh. 1 hour, 1 minute, and 48 seconds. 1 hour, 1 minute, and 48 seconds. Let's listen to this.
You just fucked up the whole show, Ray. Good job. This guy's hilarious. This guy's just hilarious.
So the super chat reads, I don't think Chad's going to read it. It says, guys, we need to chip in. Chad needs the voicemail so he has someone to listen to on Christmas.
Shirley Madoff, guys, we need to chip in. Chad needs the voicemail so he has someone to listen to on Christmas.
Now, again, look, Chad's 21 years in the biz of comedy, right? Should be, he should understand how to defeat a heckler, right? Like, this should be like second nature to Chad. Like, if you're playing, if your profession is baseball, it should come as second nature to catch a fly ball or to field a ground ball. If you play football, tackling should be like second nature. Basketball, jump shot should be like second. You know what I mean? If you're a heart surgeon, performing heart surgery should be second nature. You should be able to do it in your sleep, especially if you've been at it for over 2 decades, mind you. So, again, Chad gets heckled, and his best defense is, nope, didn't happen. Sorry, nope. And then when he can't do that, he just simply laughs. Well, what I call, this is really what it is here, smiling through the pain. We're really seeing his entire mouth. Oh, Jesus. This is the face of someone who's extremely uncomfortable in the moment because he's got nothing. There's literally zero going on in his mind that he can't formulate and articulate a comeback that's better than the current super chat that's on screen. And his fear is he doesn't want to be made out to look like a fool in his rebut. So therefore, it's almost like the fight or flight method or response. Chad's fight or flight is flight at all times. You watch it all the time. So, well, I guess not. I guess that's not entirely true because he does scream and yell over the people he thinks he could beat. But when it's like anonymous trolls, who really at the end of the day mean nothing, this is his response. This is his heckler response.
Madoff, guys, we need to chip in. Chad needs the voicemail so he can has someone to listen to on Christmas.
Goes right to his board. Plays the Aaron M. Holt sound applause. God, these guys rely on the sound applause way too much for everything.
Good stuff.
And then, we really just went through almost 15 seconds. Chad should have thought of something clever in 15 seconds, right?
Good stuff. How about a palate cleanser? I just saw this yesterday. This was
palate cleanser. Sweet. Sweet, man. Nothing more than getting trolled and then palate cleansing. 116:18, Chad's wires get crossed. I think there's 3 more clips here. Yeah, this is the guy, Chris Kettler. Oh, he gets another super chat in. It's not a troll chat, though. About this guy that he's talking about, Chris Kettler. Check this out. This is, kind of scary if you're a Chad fan. Okay. So HVAC North comes in and it pretty much is making fun of the guy, Chris Kettler, right? Saying he's a Temu Hulk Hogan. Chad doesn't understand this at all. And instead of moving on, he sits there. Again, with a dumb smile on his face. Let's listen.
Kevin and I have the same disdain for the same people. But I appreciate it. Hulk Hogan from the discount aisle. What's up? Okay. All right. HVAC North. I'm with you here. I don't know what you're saying, but I'm into it. I don't get it. I don't get it.
We know. And again, if you just simply observe, look, in Chad's defense here, this guy looks nothing like Temu Hulk Hogan from the produce aisle or whatever the comment read. He kind of looks like if you were to say like Hulk Hogan on crystal meth or heroin, yeah, then I could see it. But I guess that's the same thing as being on the Temu aisle. But Chad, again, comic of 20 years, has no idea, no ability to riff, improv, nothing. There's just nothing. I don't get it. Still, we're like, this is, I mean, going to continue here. Watch this. Tamu. Did you hear that in the back? What was that? I didn't catch that the first time. Is Chad trying to search what Temu means? AKA Timu. Listen to that again.
I don't get it.
Temu.
Temu Hulk Hogan from the Discount Outwacha. All right, let's get back to this clown.
Up. Hey, $5 well spent, HVAC North. Really job well done. All right, we got 3 more. The reason why Chad's EP is down. Okay, so I already covered that. But at 136.13, if you have access to this video, or if you clip this video at right around the 135, 136, 137 mark, because I started this, I clipped this show a little behind, so I might be like a minute behind. But yeah, I was at the 130. I have it at the 136.13 mark. You see the erect, white, veiny penis that got Chad. It wasn't because Kettler was on a striking spree. It was because of this penis of an avatar. 157.00. Okay, so we got 2 more here. 157.00, and it just simply reads, Chad is bored. Let's check this out and see what's happening.
In their head and maybe get them to prevent me from booking me because they don't want the drama of this harassment.
You disrespect the paying customer.
Put a bug in their head and maybe get them to prevent me from booking me because they don't want the drama of this harassment, which is harassment. And Clay, I will say this.
So he's sniping Stuttering John on with Clay Dabbler. Chad, I mean, it's really bizarre. He knows Stuttering John is capable of doxing, or not even I don't know if Stuttering John's doxed, but he might have. I don't know. He's gone to people's houses, so I guess, yeah, Stuttering John is capable of doxing. But either which way, Stuttering John is capable of striking, according to Chad. Capable of doing a lot of fucked up shit, right? Allegedly speaking. Chad, knowing this, continues to try to go after John because Chad needs Stuttering John. He needs, for whatever reason, the Stuttering John bump. That's never going to happen. I mean, now John's talking about him, but even still, like, it's not doing anything for business. And then Chad will complain when John does something. If he does something nefarious, Chad will be the boy who basically cried wolf. He'll cry victim. He'll go after John, act like a fucking tough guy. And the second John tries to retaliate or do anything, Chad would then cry, "My Patreon got struck again! Melton, I need Melton to come back and save my life. Patrick!" By the way, Patrick asked me, when am I joining Super Tips? Never. I'll be joining Soft Weekly Super Tips before I join Patrick's Super Tips. By the way, that's a big, funny back and forth that's happening right now. But Soft Weekly, personally create it in spite. That's what it should have been called, Spite Tips. Or Spiteful Tips. Or Super Spiteful Tips. I don't know. Soft Weekly single-handedly spent the better part of almost 2 years in a lab in Siberia with Russian scientists and Albanian hookers, I believe, in a white coat, in a lab, creating a super tip style TTS system that may or may not be used to scale ever, but just to do it to spite Patrick Melton, which I think is hilarious, actually. I think that's a very funny bit to do. Soft, as I guess, no pun intended, Soft released it this past week. And apparently this sent Melton up into a frenzy. I did ask Melton about this, by the way. He acted as if he didn't know what was going on. Said, I didn't even know about this. Didn't even know this was happening. So I just thought that was funny. Hopefully Soft rolls it out, and hopefully it becomes bigger. I think it could be huge, because there's a bunch of people, Chad being included, Kevin being included, Dan, nice podcast, Dan. Trying to think of all the other anti-Melton. Gold Folds. Fuck it, get some of the chatters. I'm sure some of the Clippers don't like Melton. I think it could be very, very lucrative. And I think it can directly compete with Super Tip. So shout out to Soft for creating, I believe, what is called Super Duper Tip. Super Duper Tip. You can check it out now. I'm pretty sure it's just superdupertip.com. It's got a URL and everything. It looks pretty good. Check it out today. All right, back into Chad. He's bored, I believe, is the clip.
Two, it may not be only me who is going to file a lawsuit against Baby Fats. So, and I know this from the inside. So I'm just saying, be very careful. Heed my warning. Hey, Pinky, you can laugh at it all you want. But just all I'm going to say is, like I always have in the past, wait for it. Okay? Wait for it. Keep it up and then wait for it.
So me calling you not funny and not a real headliner, you're going to sue me?
When she comes. So what is Baby Fat so like schools? Baby Fat.
So Chad's mailed it in. I don't even know if I had the right clip, but I mean, this is what you get on it. Mind you, Chad used to call himself the sniper. God, what a low energy sniper. Imagine if this was your sniper, by the way. Like if you're like in combat and you needed a sniper rifle that, you know, scaled a building and had your back, and Chad was your guy. I mean, he'd be falling asleep within the first 5 fucking minutes. You'd have no cover. Your head would be, you know, blown off. Your six would be fucked. I mean, Chad practically is asleep doing some of these snipes.
Always taking care of people, putting people on shows.
And again, he just chews at his lip.
You know, always.
Pretty soon he's not going to have no bottom lip. This is, I mean, what is going on with this man?
The man is one of the nicest, and same with Vinny Brand, and same with Dave. 3 of the sweetest fucking people. And these assholes decide to harass them.
I never harassed Dave. You're the one who contacts Dave. I just wanted to get booked at his club. Like, I never once said anything bad about Dave or Vinny.
Notifications known as torts. And I'll read it one last time. A wrongful act or an infringement of a right, other than under contract, leading to civil, legal.
Okay. I mean, this is great, great stuff. I'm glad I took up some of my CPU memory to clip all of this. Let's go to the last one. 20435, the Aaron M. Holt excuse. My haters aren't actually my haters. My haters, in fact, actually are fans, and they love me. Oh, you're a hater. You actually love me. 20438. Let's see. Sorry, I got to keep doing that. I can't see the fucking time bar from back here. All right, check this out.
Yeah, Loca, I think you really care about me.
All right, here we go.
Like, even the haters, come on. Now John's going to get a lawsuit on me. Oh, it's just so many police reports. Melton in Vegas has one. Mersh has one. Oh, man. Guys, are you not entertained? Let's just say, even the haters, come on. Am I not bringing it for you? I think deep down, you really do love me. I really do believe you love me. I really do believe you need me. As much as you say you hate me, Loca, I think you really care about me. I really do. Just like that, we're at 52 already, guys. Who passed at more comedy clubs? Ray, Stuttering John, or Joe Howard? Why are you always bringing up Joe Howard? He's not even in the business anymore.
Oh, shout out to Dan. I didn't see this. Said the Dallas Cowboys are eliminated from the NFL playoffs. Yeah, I forgot about that. Fucking Eagles played today. And with a Philadelphia Eagles win, that eliminated the Dallas fucking Cowboys. So shout the fuck out. It's always a great NFL. Even if your team isn't in the playoffs and in the postseason, it's always a great time when you know the Cowboys just get eliminated. And mind you, there's still like 3 weeks left. They still have to play this week and 2 more weeks while knowing they're eliminated from the playoffs. That's what makes it even sweeter. Like, you know, it's one thing to be eliminated on the last week of the season. At least you played all the way to the last week. You played hard. You competed. But when you get knocked out 3, 4, 5 weeks, I mean, you might as well be the fucking, you know, who sucks this year? The Vikings, the Giants, the Commanders, the Saints. Like, you're in that bracket. And the thing is, the Cowboys have so much money to spend. And it just goes to prove, no matter how much money you have, it don't actually fucking matter. So there you have it, folks. Zumock Mania is running wild on you. We're actually, if you're a hater of Chad, well, it turns out, much like a lot of these guys say, you're actually, in fact, a fan. You're actually, in fact, a fan. I want to do maybe 1 or 2 little small things. Look, I know we've spent a bunch of time here on Chad here today, but he's had a busy week. And I think in the new year, I heard someone was saying they're going to be doing a Baby Fatso Chad Zumock inspired show. Look, I think it's there. Chad streams enough. He goes live enough to have a weekly roundtable discussion about Chad and his lunacy and his insane ideas. So I think that would be actually a fantastic idea. We'll see if that even comes into fruition. So look, like I mentioned, I know we spent a bunch of time on Chad, so I know this isn't really a clip of Chad. This was just earlier today, rather. Again, he did the sit and talk that lasted 3 minutes. He was supposed to do a show, but had things to do, we heard him say. Then he ended up on Hughesy's stream, drunk as a fucking skunk. And I think this was around like 2 o'clock. Now remember, Cardiff and Chad Buzmak both said if Chad goes live, we're going to snipe him. We're going to snipe him in his tracks. The second Chad heard that, he took down, and Chad had a thumbnail, and he immediately took it down. And then was making all these excuses and was trying to fake people out and going live. He pops up live and does this.
Lastly, I want to thank
It's insane. Just watch maybe a minute or 2 of this.
her beautiful family, our beautiful children, Viv, Marlon, and Faye, my mom and dad, my sisters, and their families. Thank you all for giving us this.
So this is what Chad does on his spare time at 4 p.m. Eastern time. 4 p.m. in the evening, he's lays in bed drinking himself to, let's be real, oblivion. Goes to argue with Shmuel Buckman. I mean, it's so insane. Listens to, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame acceptance speeches from, God knows what year this was.
Opportunity and this honor.
And people in his chat were like, "Oh, we got to make sure Chad's okay. Did he have It's like, guys, you understand? Like, people who go live and you don't see them and they just appear live like this, they didn't have a stroke, they didn't have a brain aneurysm, they didn't have a heart attack. To go live on YouTube, you first need to go on YouTube. So think about all this. It's not like making a butt dial call where you could just accidentally hit a button that hits a button and now you're calling somebody. To go live on YouTube requires you clicking on the YouTube app, 1, clicking the plus button at the bottom, 2, creating a title and a thumbnail, 3, and then actually clicking, I believe, to go live. I think there's like 4, maybe 5 steps to go live from your phone on YouTube. So for somebody to have a stroke and hit all of those buttons you have a better chance of being struck by lightning twice or hitting probably a Powerball. So it's just so crazy. And then to couple that with, like I said, I saw Chad, like he liked the comment and then immediately disliked it because he forgot his own bit. But this is what he does at 4 p.m. Just lays in bed.
The Stones, Beatles, UFO, Kraftwerk, Ramones, Brandy Carlisle, Slater Kinney, The Kills, Social Distortion, Muddy Waters, Sex Pistols, The Clash, and my new favorite band, Thunder Pussy, and also the Stereo Embers. To name a few of my friends and family. A lot of you that came tonight and some were unable to make.
It's so crazy. And then we'll just listen to the end. So it starts off with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and then he changes the channel to.
So that we were playing, we were paying a number that was crazy, 13, 14 times more.
He ends it with a Trump speech.
The gigantic health insurance companies that have gotten rich on billions of dollars of government subsidies.
Billions and
And I want
billions.
the money to go directly to the people. I want the money to...
So I just tried, because it was at this point, I think, I was a little behind to clip this. The stream had ended. I was making sure I captured all of it before Chad immediately, the second it was stopped being broadcasted, he deleted this episode. Or whatever this was. This bit that made $5.
Should have a strike. And the only losers will be the insurance companies that have gotten rich. How about these companies? Some of them have gone up 1,400%, their stock prices. One, I think, went up 1,700%. How many people have ever bought a stock that went up 1,700%? And think of it. They've taken in billions and billions of dollars, and the Democrat Party is also just...
And there's the video unavailable. Yes! Yes. There's Chad's big day. Chad's big day. Tommy Jordan says, I'll wait. I'll wait too, Tommy. I will wait too, man. So there's your little weekend update of Zumach Mania. Again, spending his entire weekend. Not on a date night with his girlfriend, not doing any bit of Christmas shopping, not cooking dinner or doing anything productive. No. Instead, he's falling asleep at the wheel, sniping Stuttering John, and arguing with Shmuel Buckman. I mean, it's insane. It's insane. But there you have it, Chad. Anthony Zumach. I want to show you two other things here before we get going. Let me see. It's really to see some of these clips here. Trying to use his TV as a monitor, it's really been a challenge for me here today. So if I seem a little flustered, I am. I fucking am. Okay, I want to show you maybe 4 little small things here. This was courtesy of Misery Loves Clips last night. I got to see this. Well, I actually haven't watched this yet, but I saw this come across my screen, and it's just not. This isn't a good look. It's just not a good look. And I was rooting for this guy. This is Ice Dancer's original OG boyfriend. Her lips, Ice Dancer's lips, penetrated this man's asshole. This guy I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen, Ethan Ralph. Ethan Ralph, I guess, had a bad night the other night and was streaming. Now, a lot of people are chalking this up to pill usage. Some people are chalking it up to him being drunk. I mean, can we get crazy and say it was probably a combination of the two? But allegedly he's passing out on stream here. Now, I don't think I've ever done this. And I've been pretty intoxicated on a stream, high and drunk. I've never taken pills on stream. I just feel like, first of all, it really, to do pills and then to try to speak coherent thoughts. I mean, to drink and try to speak coherent thoughts is one thing, and to smoke weed. But to take like a Xanax or like a Percocet and try to focus for, however long, 3, 4, 5+ hours, I just think is, a challenge, is an understatement. So I've never done that because, like I said, but I've been pretty intoxicated. I've been pretty intoxicated on a stream or two, to the point where, I'm barfing at the end of my shows. Not on the shows. You gotta fucking swallow that. You swallow it. If you feel like you have to barf, you gotta just keep swallowing it. Power through.
At the Tommy Jordan sent $10 on YouTube. Link.
I don't have a link, Tommy, and I'm getting ready to get out of here. Very shortly. Very, very shortly. How would I get you on? Maybe I guess I could do Google Hangout, but I was doing maybe like another 30 minutes. I'm starving. It's 8 o'clock here, and it's my last night in the LV. So, thank you for the 10, unfortunately. I don't know. Maybe next time. Or maybe, I don't know. Maybe I get through these clips quickly here, and then we bring you on. But you can't come on as the coffee cup. That's the only. If I do bring you on, I can't have an animated filter on my screen here. But I don't know. I don't want to give people the wrong impression. You could just pay me to link for $10. I'm just like, oh, here's the link. What kind of show host would I be? I'm just giving anyone who sent me $10 the link. I'm not a prostitute. Anyway, this is Ethan Van
10 years
Sciver.
I've been hounded. 10 years I've been under allegation.
Ethan Ralph.
10 years of all this stuff. 10 years of being accused of being a murderer where they don't have
This is like this is what Chad looks like when he's sniping.
The corpse. Corpus
Actually, this is what I feel like when I'm watching Chad snipe somebody.
10 years ago.
So he's out cold. He's like Jake Paul last night.
Domestic violence, wife beating, abuser, moocher.
Now, look, you could chalk it up as maybe it's just a lack of sleep here. Let me lower this because you don't really need to hear that line. You could chalk it up as just lack of sleep. Maybe his body's working overtime. But no, this does look like a pill nod. This isn't alcohol. It's either he's been up.
Being hired to.
He's either been up for 3 days.
I mean, that's
probably from drugs, or currently on some sort of drugs.
I don't know of any other biker. They're not a gang.
And in Mexico, it's easy to get pills. You walk into any pharmacy, you throw them a few bucks, and you're walking out with, I mean,
that's weird.
Whatever you
I was
want.
Introduced to them in this whole thing.
Oh, okay.
Again, it was Aaron Massey, my in-home care, and Candace in this. They're the ones who
I mean, he's
called them.
sucking his own dick currently.
Let them call me.
He is sucking his own cock.
I didn't call them, didn't beg.
In the clip, I wish the clip continued. That's incredible stuff. There you have it. Ethan Ralph from last night. Now, I think this is all fitting here. I want to show you a little clip of Nick. This was Nick from the other night talking about Ethan's ex, Ice Spice, the salad tosser. And then, well, he brings her up, and I think, I don't know, I think this clip is more, it's more than it leads on, in my opinion. It's more than it's being allowed to we're believing here. Sorry, I'm trying to read and talk at the same time. It's very hard. This is Rekieta from the other night. Check this out real quick, because I thought this to be very interesting.
Good Lord.
So remember, Nick picked up vaping. He can't put down the vape. I mean, he's vaping. I mean, basically, from the second he clicks go live to the second he clicks end stream. This is one of his new crutches we've discovered over the last week or so.
God, I sound like I've been on a cockathon.
And mind you, he's only been vaping for like 2 weeks. And it sounds like he's been on a cockathon. Those are his words. Nick Rekieta is vaping so much, it sounds like his throat is getting penetrated by cock after cock after cock after cock after cock after cock after cock. It's like, bro, if I sounded like that, I hope I don't sound like that, first of all. But if I did, I mean, I would just stop maybe for a bit. Maybe switch it up to chew.
At the Tommy Jordan sent $10 on YouTube. Bro, all good next time, but hope you had a great time at LV and we need all the deets. Ill wait. Still the best show in the DV.
Hell yeah,
Win
represent.
B2.
I mean, the deets, look, there's the deets. I mean, there's still another night. There's still another night to get to. I mean, I really, like I said, I didn't really want to break the Karl thing personally, but I mean, after everyone got talking about it, I mean, that's a big thing, I guess. You know what? Not that I guess. I mean, I know. Again, I'll give Karl the benefit of the doubt and say maybe Jenny was just busy this weekend. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, really, I'm trying to think of any other like dirt that I have. But I mean, it's really, there's not really too much dirt. Pat Dixon and Tass, Karl and Jenny. I haven't met Melton's slow wife. But again, this is for a greater cause, and I'm not trying to judo chop or karate kick anyone here. Mainly because I don't want to get kicked out of a hotel. Ryan Solo Dolo here. But yeah, I mean, Tommy, thank you. And thank you for all the support. And thank you really to everyone for your continued support here in 2025. It's been a roller coaster of a year, nonetheless, but a fun year, a learning year. We've learned a lot this year. And, we'll be powering through in 2026. And yeah, look, it just, I didn't want to spend 6 hours tonight. I wanted to get in, get out, say what I needed to say what's been on my mind. And because right now, I mean, I know it's late back home. It's almost Sunday back home. But here it's 8:10. I got to get food in me. And I guess, yeah, enjoyed my last night here, man. I guess, for whatever it's worth. I don't know. Just can't wait. To be honest, I can't wait till it's over. But thank you for the $10, man. It does mean a lot. And hopefully we get to see more of Tommy. Yeah, hopefully Tommy Jordan doesn't have a sophomore slump in 2026. Again, I think he got robbed in the Dabbleverse Awards. In my opinion, Karmic won it. But it's like, come on. And people are like, dude, Karmic has been doing it. He hasn't. I mean, Karmic started in like March, April, even. Like when Karmic got like bigger, it wasn't until like April, May. It's like the spring. So he wasn't doing it all year. And again, and I'm not just ball washing or nut scrubbing, or maybe I am. I don't know. But Tommy, what he did in the short amount of time that he's graced us with his presence has been more than Karmic or any of these guys have done. Now, again, at the end of the day, and this is what I didn't want.
Tommy Jordan sent $10 on YouTube. Don't let anyone in LV act like you are not the best the DV has to offer. We literally don't deserve you in the DV. No ball wash, no bidet.
Okay, so now you're ball washing me as I ball wash you. This is gross. Take it back. I got to stop here. I hope Tommy Jordan slips on a banana peel later tonight and breaks his computer so we never have to see him again in our lives. How's that for ball washing?
Is the gain high?
Okay, so Nick Rekieta, thank you, Tommy, for the 10. Hey, look, man. I just do me. People like it, people don't. It is what it is. There's really not much more I could say besides that. It is what it is. I just got to go back to this, though, because this is hilarious. He's got cockinitis, I believe is the phrase.
Good Lord. God, I sound like I've been on a cockathon.
A cockathon.
Another win for the toe.
Is the gain high? It might be, but I don't hear it. Oh, that might help fix something. Gamer Dave says, clearly under the influence. Yes, I'm under the influence of fatigue. Also mildly sick. It's Christmas time, brother. Calm down. Now I'm too low. That's worse. God, I hate this. Now it should be back up to where it was, but it's probably going to sound a little distorted. I hope you like the super tip feature. We're going to get, they just gave us the ability to upload our own voices. Frederick Little says, super tip voice suggestions, Trump, Mitch McConnell, RFK Jr., and Kurt. The Kurt one, we're going to have a new Kurt voice at some point soon. Serious question, am I a top or a bottom? I'm a top, brother.
Okay, so, I mean, that's interesting, which would mean Aaron is a bottom. Ugh.
I'm
a top, bro.
Rebel says, let's have a toast to your lady and kids. We love the people that you love. I mean, to my family.
You can't be, if someone's asking you a top or a bottom, it's just like that. Come on. Don't even ask. It's just like the whole, hey, rate these three or fuck, marry, kill. Just, I refuse to answer. Are you putting in a super chat? And even then, I'm just going to refuse to answer.
Sticking with me through all of my...
You just sound gay. Like, listen to how he says this.
We the Rabble says, let's have a toast to your lady top or a bottom. Right here. I'm a two Kurt voice at some point soon. Serious question, am I a top or a bottom? I'm a top, brother.
I'm a top, brother. Like, whoa, okay. Fucking, you just can't come off sounding cool or like, garnish any sort of respect from anyone. Like everyone's, oh, fuck yeah, dude, you're a top. Hell yeah, man. Hell yes. Tommy, Jesus Christ. Gifting 10 Win by 2 radio memberships. Tommy, you've been drinking the night. Tommy been drinking the night. $10 gifted memberships. That's fucking insane. Thank you so much.
Kudos
man.
to Win by 2 Radio.
Seriously, go check out Tommy Jordan. Give him a sub. And I'm telling you, if the last 3 months were an indicator of what's to come in 2026, I think Tommy Jordan, it's his year. I'll be taking notes from Tommy. By this time next year, mark my words, I'll be taking notes from Tommy Jordan on how to do things. And I'm a Dabbleverse dinosaur. I know that sounds gay as shit to even say, but the new blood, they keep me young. They keep me young. He goes, no, I'm drunk. Tell us about Las Vegas. Did I miss? You did? No. Go to Hackamania. I never thought I'd say this, but this was just like supposed to be a meetup and a celebration of life or death. I mean, whichever way you put it, I don't know. Depends on who you talk to, I guess. But there wasn't like there was never supposed to be events like live shows or whatnot. It's supposed to be just a meet, and that's all it was. So yeah, you didn't miss anything. Just if you want to experience Vegas, go to Hackamania. There'll be events. There'll be more people, more Dabbleversers, more. There will just be more, because that's what that is. And that's what that's supposed to be. So, yeah. No, you didn't miss it, though. You did not miss it. Nick is a top.
RFK Jr. and Kurt. The Kurt one, we're going to have a new Kurt voice at some point soon. Serious question, am I a top or a bottom? I'm a top, brother. We the Rabble says, let's have a toast to your lady and kids. We love the people that you love. I mean, to my family for sticking with me through all of my terrible decisions and for loving me through all of my good and bad times. I cannot appreciate anybody more. Cheers to them. How many inches of dick did you suck on your vacation? The throat needs more lube. Too many inches. It is, I tried to stay hydrated. I was in the desert. So it was like
sucking dick in the desert.
It was kind of dry, but it wasn't. I mean, it gets really dry here in the winter anyway. I don't know. Who knows? I was on a
again. I don't think it has anything to do with being in the desert or being in the dry Minnesota cold. I think it again has everything to do with the amount that you've been vaping over the last 2+ weeks.
For way too long. I kind of probably fucked it up. Is Dagger Pussy or Ice Dancer Girl still in contact? I talk to her every minute of the day.
So that's interesting. Okay, do I think Nick's talking to Ice Dancer every second of the day, every minute of the day, as he says? I don't. I don't think it's actually every minute, but I do think they still have contact. And if I were Mersh, knowing how quickly it was for Ice Dancer to move from Ethan Ralph to you. Now, granted, she, I guess, liked you first, whatever. But think about that then. She liked you, went to Ralph, ate his fucking anal beads and his dingleberries, then came back to you, while all simultaneously continuing to reach out to Nick Rekieta. Now, again, it might not be every minute, might not even be every day, but it's every other day. And if I were Mersh, I'd start to sweat that a little bit. I'd start to have that in the back of my mind. I wouldn't want my girl to be fucking hitting Rekieta up. Ever. It's just, you know what I mean? Especially if they already had a prior relationship, which Ice Dancer and Nick had. So that's fascinating. Nick and this Ice Dancer are, in fact, still in contact.
I kind of probably fucked it up. Is Dagger Pussy...
Now, will the Rekieta Mersh Ice Dancer Lady Rackets swinging arc be hip in 2026? I think it's a little bit of a long shot, but I like the odds. If I'm a betting man, I'll bet in the next year, maybe, or maybe next 2. Give me a little bit of time. Next 2 years, Mersh, Rekieta, Ice Dancer, and Lady Rackets are doing the nasty.
See your Ice Dancer girl.
Mersh will be following in Aaron's footsteps, licking jizz off of Ice Dancer, licking Rekieta's jizz off of Ice Dancer's chest by year end 2027.
Still in contact. I talk to her every minute of the
Again, before the Aaron cucking thing, we all thought that was hilarious and it would never happen. It was just kind of a goof. Oh, they're in a hot tub, but oh yeah, sure, they're in a polycule as well. But we never actually thought that was a thing. But I think by us just everyone just kept saying it and kept saying it and kept saying it and I think honestly we spoke it into existence. I think we really did speak it into existence in a lot of ways. The divorce, the polycule, the arrest, like a lot of it I think was just manifested by the audience and other hosts. So why can't we manifest this?
Your girl's still in contact.
Tommy says, for 2, what about Clearwater Chad and Felicia? I'll wait. I'm not really, I don't know. I'm not really huge into that arc. Or wait, unless you're saying Clearwater Chad and Felicia swing with Nick and Lady Rackets. Now that would be interesting. But, no, I mean, if you're just specifically talking about, Jesus, Tom.
At the Tommy Jordan sent $20 on YouTube. Bet 20 on red, roulette, for your boy.
I got you. I'll literally go down. I was thinking about doing a roulette. I'm not a big fan of roulette. Just too many numbers. Like the ball could literally land anywhere. But I guess that's why you do either red or black. But I was thinking about this today, and I'm like, damn. And I'm usually a black. Okay, never mind. I'm not going to finish that sentence. When I'm playing roulette, I usually would bet black. But I was thinking today, I was like, why am I feeling red today? This was maybe a couple hours ago. I'm like, I'm feeling red. Like a nice little 50 spot on red. So maybe I'll do that. Maybe it's a sign, Tommy. Thank you, man, for the $20. That's incredible. Aaron the Rekieta, member for 16 months. The shit I've seen will make you turn into a good little Jew. Okay, what have you? Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying, Aaron the Rekieta.
If I could be a Jew right now, I would.
I see what you're saying. Because he's licked and scooped. Well, the rat has it. The rat has been lurking in the background, feasting on his cheese, watching Aaron clean up that silky, clear, white fluid from his then wife, April Imholte, that Nick just previously got done servicing. So, Jesus, rat. Jesus. You sandbagging son of a rat. Thank you for the 16 months, and thank you to Tommy for the 20 bills. Now I do feel kind of guilty not bringing Tommy on. But again, it's just like, I don't want it to seem like, oh, the only reason why I brought him on is because he sent him money. Next show. How's that sound? 1,000% next show, which will probably be like Monday or Tuesday. Maybe. I know Christmas is coming, and the goose is getting fat. Please to put a penny in your old Blades hat. All right, so what are we talking about here? Oh, Nick and Ice Spice.
Probably fucked it up. Is Dagger Pussy or Ice Dancer Girl still in contact? I talk to her every minute of the day. Still in contact. No, I've lost all contact with everybody. I don't even know what to do anymore. Nick fears the chat.
So he goes to one extreme to the next. So that's how you could tell there's some truth into him actually speaking with her currently. Because he goes from one extreme to, I speak with her every minute of every day, to like, no, I lost contact with everyone. No, you didn't. Again, you might not be speaking with her every day, but I'd say it's at least twice a week. Actually, I'll say 3 times a week. 3 times a week, you guys are in contact. While Mersh is passed out from all of his whiskey consumption he's had previously. And the Rekieta for 2. Read your Torah, my sweet little blade. I beg. I should, man. Really, I should. Read the Torah. Jesus, Tommy.
At the Tommy Jordan sent $10 on YouTube. You on the next show. Blade would not let me stand for the E-School of Win by 2 as Wokering against you. This must be a trick. No offer off the table, bish. Tommy FTWT.
Wait, what?
Tommy Jordan.
Okay, I don't. Sometimes the AI has a mind of its own. Blade would not let me stand for the disrespect. The second of win by 2 is working against you. You must be a trick. Fuck you. Fuck no. Offer off the table, bish. Tommy for the win. The Tommy Jordan. Is this a troll? What is happening? As long as you don't start coming in saying I'm shoulderless like you did with Mersh. Please, whatever you do, don't be making. I mean, I got some shoulders, man. I got some shoulders. Definitely more definitive shoulders than Mersh does. That's a fucking fact, Jack.
And that's a fucking fact.
Mersh, Chad, Melton. And they're pretty stocky. You would think they would have shoulders, but they don't. All of them. I'm sorry, I can't get over. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but that camera is. This view is great, man. Kudos to fucking.
Kudos to Win by 2 Radio.
Kudos to me. All right, let's keep watching. Thank you, Tommy, once more. Your fucking charm. Santa Claus is gonna bless your heart this Christmas. I hope you get everything you want.
Okay. Yes.
All I wanted is the link, and you're not giving it to me. Well, I'm not Santa. All right.
We're going into the hug box. Get ready to get hugged. I hope you enjoy it. Man, I don't want anything for Christmas. I mean, I hate saying that because I know like there's some people who want to give.
At the Tommy Jordan sent $20 on YouTube.
For a Las
for
Vegas
LVH00 Kerr.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. That's a cheap hooker, man. A $20 LV hooker. I mean, come on. What am I getting with $20? I mean, everything, you have to think, everything is like 50x overpriced in Las Vegas. Even the hookers, believe it or not. So, I mean, to even get your penis looked at would probably cost like $80. Just to be looked at, just to be viewed. That's not touching or sucking or fucking. You're probably talking at least $1,000 to even get any of that. I'm not saying you give me that now, but it's just like for $20, you know, I don't even know what you would get. Like maybe a hooker would just look at you for a quick sec. And you have to snap a mental image and quickly go back to your room and service yourself. Yikes. All this meanwhile, while the Pope of swinging is on my screen. Isn't that something else? Aaron the Radford 2 says, Tommy Hilfiger is greater than Tommy Jordan. Greater or less than? I was never good with my greater than or less than symbols. But I assume you mean greater, because I assume you're not thrilled with his doing right now. But I could be totally off. Tommy Jordan for 2 says, when they see that Blade face, they will pay you. Well, I wish that's how it worked. I do. Now this is actually starting to sound a bit gay, so I'm going to just quietly move on and play the video.
They like to give gifts. They like to give people things that they like, but I'm like happy to be alive and out of prison. So like I got my Christmas gifts when that happens. There's another suit that costs a total of $12. It's great. It's great. I love being a relatively thin guy because, like, if you go to used clothing stores, like, everybody grows out of their clothes. You're
okay.
like,
I can't take another second of Nick. I mean, that's all you need to hear, though. His current relationship with Ice Spice is continuing on. And I think to wrap us up here on today's program, with a nice bow attached, a nice Trojan bow, a nice rubbery bow. We are going to do a little Mike Sheely. Anyone in the anti-Mike Sheely crowd? Any anti-Sheeliers out there? I'm starting to hate it. And I know Dan coined this, 2026, the year of anti-Mersh. the year Mersh dies. Spiritually, metaphorically speaking, not actually. I wouldn't wish death upon anyone. Actually, I would. Actually, I don't. I'm kidding. Maybe I would. Maybe I wouldn't. Test me. Let's see what happens. I'll wish all I want. Is it illegal to wish something on somebody? Anywho, but I'm finding myself increasingly like enjoying. I mean, I'm enjoying a lot of the Chad stuff. Don't get me wrong. Chad is, I think right now the golden goose, my golden goose. Aaron is a thing of the past, and it shows. Yeah, he still begs. Yeah, he still whatever. But it's just the whole Aaron thing these days is just to me washed up. Which is funny because that's why the Baby Fatso show is going to be born in 2026, where they cover Chad. Every other Friday. Because you can't, this has been, again, 2 weeks from now, it'll be 3 years of Aaron. So, at a certain point, you have to sort of change it up. But I'm finding that Mersh, is that next, thing. Nick is more gay than Elton John. Who's Nick? Oh, Nick Rekieta, okay. It's like, are you arguing with somebody? It's Rekieta. I mean, Elton John is pretty gay, man. Don't tell you, if Elton John didn't do anything, he was gay, well. So don't get it twisted. Aaron the Rapper 2 also says, I'm on the 30th floor of the MGM, locked and loaded. Oh, fuck. What if you seen a red dot? Now, that would be the bit. That I should have planned for something like that. That would have been the bit to end just end it on episode 400. All you see is a red dot coming. Aaron the Rat types in for 2. We had this planned out for months. Aaron the Rat comes in with a red dot. Pulper busts in, kicks me, and then I get a fucking poof, right in the back of the head from Aaron the Rat. And then you just see a rat, like almost like in the end of The Departed, where you see the rat crawl after Mark Wahlberg shoots Matt Damon. And you see the rat crawl because Matt Damon in the entire movie is the rat. That's how the Win by 2 the radio show would end.
At Who What Why sent $10
That scared
on
me
YouTube.
too. Holy shit.
Just got here. I'm excited to go back and watch the Chad stuff.
It's great. It's great. I mean, Who What Why, I know you watch Chad probably when you can, if he's live. But it was pretty good this week. I'm not going to even lie to you guys. That little pings just scared the shit out of me after talking about getting sniped in the head and then a rat chewing my fucking dead corpse. I literally just flinched. Thank you for the $10, man. Happy holidays. Happy fucking holidays. Merry Kwanzaa. Happy Hanukkah. To everyone. And again, thank you for everyone who did support this. I think I'll have hopefully 1 or 2 more shows before year's end. Maybe 3. I don't know. Maybe another 24-hour show. But no, I am very appreciative of everyone this year, and I can't say thank you enough. It truly does mean a lot, man. 400 episodes ago, I was just a man in a basement with a shitty fucking computer, a shitty microphone, and a hope and a dream of one day being a broadcaster, I guess. I don't know, a professional radio man. I just know I wanted to talk into a microphone and air my grievances out. I had too much to say. And turns out people just won't listen to a random crazy person on the street ramble about their feelings. Turns out you get locked up that way. Mersh, anyway, Aaron the Rat for 2. Poper crosses my scope straight to Valhalla. Oh, God. Oh, God. Jesus. We got the shooter now, brother. What does Cash Patel say? We'll meet you in Valhalla. Tommy for 2 says, no ball wash. You deserve over 1 million views. Wanting, deserving, I guess are 2 different things. I don't think I would handle 1 million views well. I really don't. And I think you get exactly what you can handle in this life. I really do. Look, I don't want to get all fucking weird and spiritual, but I really do think in this life you are only given and whatever's thrown at you is what God or the Almighty G, the creator of this realm, whatever you think. I think, or in the rat's case, fucking whoever the lead of Judaism is. But I don't even know where I was going with that, to be quite honest with you. See, that's as much as I can handle. But thank you nonetheless, man. Maybe one day we'll go to the top. We'll go all the way to the top. We'll take, who's the top streamer? Who's getting? I know like Candace Owens gets like 500. Oh, well, not maybe 500,000, but she'll get like 250,000 on like a good episode, 300K. But who's getting like 1 million views per show? Those days I think are gone. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, maybe podcasters who are pulling a mill. I don't know any podcasters. I mean, maybe like a Impulsive, maybe. Rogan does. Okay, let me rephrase. Rogan does. But there was a time for like the longest time from like 2015 to even like up until COVID and a little bit during COVID where a lot of those LA podcasters and comedians and just a lot of people who were online doing any of this content creation, they were pulling 1 million views. This Fighter and the Kid, like there's episodes of the Fighter and the Kid that are close to, if not over 1 million views. Let that sink in for a second. That's, batshit crazy. The Church of What's Happening Now, Joey Diaz was pulling over 1 million views. A lot of these shows. And now you see them, they put out an episode and it's like some of my shows, like you would think if Mark Norman and Sam Morril were to put out an episode, who are We Might Be Drunk podcast, you would think in the first hour or two they would have thousands and thousands of views, but some of them, they've struggled to get to like 10K, and like I'm at 1.5, 2K, 2.5, 3K on a good day. Now I'm starting to sound like Steel Toe, and that's my cue to know when to shut up. Mersh, anyway, he can't help but brag. And this is the territory I tried not to fall into. We're going to finish up with Mersh here today. It's a short little clip, but he's bragging. He likes to brag. Mersh is a bragger. He's a bragger. Hard ER, by the way. He's a bragger, and this was his post on Twitter, on X, about, now the similarities between a lot of these guys are fucking insane. They're insane because they're so spot on. Like, this is something Aaron would do. This is something Aaron has done. Rat, back me up here. He's posted, what Mersh has done is posted himself on the, suggested feed, not on YouTube, but on Rumble. Sorry. Fuck, is that Aaron the Rat behind me?
And that's a fucking fact.
Wrong sound drop. He's posted himself on the live page or the suggested podcast feed on Rumble. And look who he's going up against, by the way. Let me show you this. This is what's even better. Like, who are some of these people? I've heard of this guy, Man in America. I've heard of that guy. I've seen him on YouTube. I don't know who Space Shot 76 is. Naughty or Nice. Table of Titans. Nightwave Radio with this Christmas. Imagine seeing this on your homepage and still only having 447 views. And again, that's probably a 3x multiplier. So in reality, it's probably like we'll say conservatively 220. Then you got this guy playing Table of Titans. So it's two Table of Titans. What is this Table of Titans? Because this guy's doing it and this guy's also doing Table of Titans. That's on the homepage. Jack Show. Who is this? Looks like Alex Stein and the Star Wars girl. Oh, Cecil Says. Okay, I've heard of Cecil. It's like a Chrissy Mayer. But Cecil's on the front page with 83 live views. 3x multiplier, you're maybe talking 40. This is who Mersh is thrilled to be on the homepage with. Cancel This Podcast. 21 live views. The Victory Channel. 39 live views. So it's safe to say you can get probably anywhere from 7 to 20 live viewers and end up on Rumble's homepage. Facts. Look at this. I mean, the biggest one is this guy with, it looks like 10K. That's it. Mersh with 447. And you just have to wonder, like, who is watching this? We're supposed to be led to believe that 262 people are watching Table of Titans on a Thursday night. But that's Mersh. He's, I mean, he'll take his wins where he can get them, much like Steel Toe Aaron. Now we're going to watch Mersh not only brag about his numbers, but this was the other night, drunk and dreaming about his enemies going to jail. He will continue calling the cops at every turn. Or, I'm sorry, cops every time he is made fun of. And again, we know Mersh had called the cops on Chad, Quadfather, his arch nemesis, Pod Awful. And it's gotten to the point where now he's just boasting about it. And I've kind of covered this maybe 2 or 3 shows ago where he was kind of starting to. Now he's he's leaned completely in. He's like, yeah, I'm a snitch. So what? It's cool to be a snitch in 2026. 2026, the year of the snitch. Listen, I couldn't believe this. I could not believe this. And also, this will be the last thing here on tonight's show, guys. Thank you very much for showing up and showing out here today. I got to get back to having all this fun in pulpercon and maybe dodge some Aaron the Rat bullets as they whiz by my head as I hit the strip. This is Mike Shilai bragging about being a snitch.
That is too small, you fat fanook. Now love me. It is too small. You know why? Because I couldn't find adult ones. This is actually a child's Christmas hat. Can we do this real quick, though? Can I just tell you what my sheriff does? You know, I see a lot of people lately getting very cocky that my sheriff's department is not going to follow through on my criminal complaints thoroughly. Royce mentioned this on ROTC recently, and I thought I'd show this to you. I have a sheriff that identifies underage criminals live on television, and the news blurs their faces because they're too scared to be as based as my sheriff is. A lot of people have Christmas parades. Do you know what the Bartow, Florida Christmas parade is? Bartow is a town south of Lakeland, and it's the town where the courthouse is. It's the government capital central part of our I think Bartow is the capital of Polk. It might be. You know, most Christmas parades have Santa Claus throwing candy canes off a truck. Our sheriff drives around at the Christmas parade on a tank. And he throws things off the truck, too. Do you know what he throws?
Tell us. G-strings.
He throws...
bras.
The canceled driver's licenses.
Oh, that sucks. I thought he was going to say maybe drugs, bag of fentanyl, condoms for protection. For his and hers protection. Crack pipes. No. He throws expired driver's license. Lame. I know what Christmas parade I won't be attending this year.
Of people who were arrested the year before for drunk driving during the holidays.
You don't need to see the video. The video's irrelevant. Just watch Mersh's reaction.
Law.
We get it. Texas law. You have a little red book. Stop saying it. It's annoying. By the way, Mersh was one of the shows last night who had nothing to say and no prep. Remember, he was all karmic out. He was all karmic X'd out. He was having karmic fatigue. Just this week, I covered. Last night, you tuned in. He was one of the 4 or 5 shows that Lemmy and I discussed. Not together, separate. She brought it up in a clip, and I remembered seeing it myself last night and just thinking, like, this is bizarre. I think it was Tukey, Mersh, I think Kevin maybe, and I forget who else. Maybe Pretty Antisocial, possibly. But they weren't covering karmic the entire show. I think it was only like the tail end of the Pretty Antisocial show. Haley decided to watch karmic. But the point remains. It has nothing to do about the other. It's mainly about Mersh, who had karmic fatigue, who was sniping karmic. It's just, what are we doing? What are we doing? Out of ideas, are we? Mike?
Yeah, it's not great. I wanted to give a props to Freeside Thug.
Props to Freeside Thug? I mean, what is going on?
Dropping me this one. It's me with Grady Judd holding up the Texas Law Binder.
Show us the red book again. It was so funny the first 70,000 times.
If I were Chad and I were Quad and I were Pod Awful, I would probably tell him, you should probably calm down. You can suck fucking Faceless's dick all you want.
Who's Faceless? And the rat for $2 says, Biggie, kick in the door. I'm down the hall, Blade. Aaron the Rat, we're going to need you to stand by and stand proud. Stand by and stand proud.
You can put on the bravado all you want. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Oh, I didn't break any laws. Yuck, yuck, yuck. I'd stop streaming about this, Jesse. I'd stop talking about this, Quad. I moved to Polk County for a reason. I moved specifically to a very quiet part of Polk County for a reason. We're no longer tolerating this shit.
Again, you live off of a main road. There's heavy car traffic that whizzes by your house. I'll be generous and say house. A duplex is a house, so whatever. I mean, cars are like whizzing by at 60 mph. I mean, by the second.
The showing up to my house and the pickles and the anvils and the coleslaw and all the other shit.
The pickles, the anvils, and the coleslaw. It's harassment now in 2026. If you send DoorDash to people, to creators, good luck. Good luck. You're going to be spending some time behind bars.
We've now established...
Imagine calling the cops on someone who sent you coleslaw, by the way. Like, I'm surprised they haven't laughed this out of their cop office. Okay, so, sir, you say you have these internet guys. Now, mind you, this is like something Aaron would do. You have these internet guys harassing you. What exactly are they doing? Well, one guy said he's funnier than me, and he wanted me to come outside. And the other guy sends me coleslaw. They'd be like, how much acid are you currently on right now? Coleslaw?
What we like to call a pattern. Elements of the crime.
He watched Law and Order one time and heard that phrase, elements of the crime, and now he's like using it as if it's like gonna RICO these three content creators up. Quad, Pod Awful, and Chad. They're all gonna get RICO'd for this internet harassment.
Now harassment. It's now stalking. And they're going to start taking it very, very seriously. Again, you've been fucking with people in other places. You guys think it's so cute in New York and LA and all these places. Well, they're all overwhelmed. My sheriff's department is not overwhelmed.
How happy he gets.
And there's the people that hate me that are constantly going, you know what? This fucking Mersh guy, yeah, he's a pussy. He's a snitch. Cool. I'm a pussy and I'm a snitch.
He admits. And
that's a fucking fact.
So the last show he admitted that he is obsessed with his own voice. He's admitted now here on today's show that he's a giant pussy and a snitch. Cool. That's great, man. That's great. This guy is trying to take down the Dabbleverse, the self-admitted pussy snitch.
That should make you even more...
Who is afraid of a little bit of cabbage and mayonnaise. Could you imagine being afraid, by the way, and filing a police report over cabbage and mayonnaise and carrots? Don't forget the carrots. Maybe the carrots are the scary part in the whole equation.
President in the future to fucking break the law and harass me. I saw Jesse had a whole cope sesh, which, by the way, I sent that to the sheriffs as well. The more you guys mock
a cope sesh,
my sheriff's department, and mock me,
don't.
The weirder this is going to get for you.
I'm done. I've had enough.
My sheriff is a fucking psycho.
You speak as if like you and Grady Judge go to the bar like every Friday night and you throw back a few Coors Lights, you know what I mean, and reminisce about the good old days when you owned slaves. Like, you don't know Grady Judge. Judd? Is it Judd or Judge? I feel like it would be a cooler name if it was Grady Judge. Like he's the judge, jury, and the sheriff. You know what I mean? Why is it Grady Judd? That's such like a whole, like that's such a, like you have so much momentum. Grady, and then you like run into a wall. Judd. Whatever. I don't want to get tied up on someone's last name. They didn't get to pick it. Or maybe you did. I don't know. But yeah, Mersh speaks at you have no idea. My sheriff's badass, dude. Yeah, you don't want to fuck with Grady. It's like, he might be.
Bowley said Pod Awful tried to say he didn't give Chad the number. Well, he did. He did. Chad said he did. And if he thinks Chad is not going to cooperate and throw him under the bus to save his own ass, he's retarded. Pod Awful's been fucking with me for years. He thought he was going to slide on this one, but he got into bed with two of the biggest fucking retards on the planet. And considering the fact that there's already been reports and there's already been things in with the sheriff's department and there's already been a pattern
Elements of the crime.
Of Jesse constantly fucking with me for his own little joy.
Oh, he's fucking with
but
me.
His joy comes at the expense of my well-being. It always comes at the expense of fucking with me. So you can start going, oh, I didn't give. Well, then talk to Chad, because Chad sent out a tweet that the sheriffs already have. Thanks, Pod Awful.
Not only are you a snitch and a pussy, but you're also a baby. He's fucking with me. Like, what? Seriously, I mean, we need to be honest here. What has Jesse really done that's so brutal? Like, I mean, I get he probably made fun of you to an uncomfortable degree, but like, did he ever try to like shoot you or put hands on you or rape your mother or pillage your village? You know, what's the worst he's done? Honestly, sent you cabbage with a bunch of mayonnaise?
For giving me the address, as he's doxing my address and showing my cross streets, going, thank you, Pod Awful. Yeah, I'm a snitch. I went to the cops. There's now a 3-man conspiracy to harass me at my home.
This is unbelievable.
They might have had a conspiracy charge.
And look, if I were one of those 3, I would be shaking. I really would. I'm not saying this. I'm not being hyperbolic here. I mean, I really honestly would be very afraid because, I mean, look at this guy. Like, Mersh seems like a guy who's got nothing to lose, right? He's in a Santa Claus hat. He's just down in whiskey all day long, picking Ethan Ralph's dingleberries out of his teeth all day. The pheromones from his cat are just leaving him in this insane haze. And now he's just going around bragging and calling cops. This has gone, I mean, way too far.
Grady Judd is fucking petty. So now,
Josh Denny fan says Ace Dancer is a Pod Awful. I mean, probably, more than likely. I mean, who knows?
Now he's starting to cope. Oh, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. Hey, Jesse, you know they can subpoena DMs. They can subpoena text messages. Do you think that Chad just pulled Pod Awful's name out of his ass? And I know what you're thinking. Pod Awful, knowing what Pod Awful is, probably said, I never actually sent it myself. I had a fan do it. But it's very clear from what Chad said that you arranged for me to get my address. And that's going to show more of your pattern of behavior. I don't do it myself. I have fans do it. Cool. You're now implicating fans in criminal activity and also you still in criminal activity.
Checkmate,
kids
bitch.
In jail in this fucking county.
Checkmate. We put kids in cages.
So yeah, buddy, I don't know what to tell you, pal. You can do live streams and go, I never gave him the address. Well, then I guess you and Chad are going to have to go figure that out with the sheriff's department.
What if this whole time Grady Judd was a pot awful mole? The plot twist in that?
But I can tell you this. If you facilitated Chad coming to my house, which you did, clearly. Now if Quad gets in trouble for the swatting thing...
He's not. Nothing's going to happen.
Chad is now implicated in that?
Mersh, this is wishful thinking. Again, you have better chance of scratching off a lifetime blowjob award from the hottest chick in Dubai. Or, I mean, pick your place of origin where you would like to get head from. And winning that. And these three being locked up with RICO conspiracy to criminally harass you. I mean, come on, do you hear yourself? You sound retarded.
And Pot Awful is now implicated in that. You see, everything Pot Awful did, whatever. Everything Chad did, whatever. What Quad did and admitted to in public trickles down. And both you and Chad are also responsible for it. Just telling you, bud.
God, I'm fiending for a cigarette right now.
You're going to want to back off. You know, Ice Stance is like nothing's going to happen.
Fool's fantasy.
Perhaps it won't. Perhaps it won't.
Pulper was Mersh all along. Now, that if that were actually true, my head would explode live on air.
But I can tell you every time.
And that's how Win by 2 radio would end. Episode 400, I find out, actually in this video, Mersh pulls back his meat suit, and it's Pulper in disguise, and he looks at me, and he breaks the fourth wall in this video. You'll literally watch my head explode. And then the credits will roll, and Aaron the Rat will fire the sniper bullet way too late, and it'd just be a mess. Yeah, that'd be insane.
Something happens now. I'm just going to keep bothering
you. I'm
the
sorry, not Mersh. Hashtag underscore Mersh. Sorry, I didn't see the underscore. Mersh part there. Yeah, RIP to that guy. Now, actually, no, that actually makes sense. Because, right, that actually does make sense. Or does it? I don't know. This is getting strange. I feel like I need to smoke a little weed for this.
Sheriff's Department. And eventually the Sheriff's Department's going to really get fucking sick of me bothering them. But I would tell you this. It is still an active and open investigation, and you fucking retards are still...
I know. Who says this? Johnny Gold says, can Mersh not make a disgusting sound every move he makes? I mean, it's so... Like, it sends a chill up my spine. Every time the guy even, like has any sort of a movement, its mouth pops. You hear him swallowing. And much like Chad Zumach, by the way, these guys who've been doing podcasting for so long, they can't figure out, like, noise gating, compression, EQ. So, like, when you talk into a microphone, you don't hear anything else. Like, even if I were to pop my mouth, I'm not going to do it because it nauseates me. I know how it is to listen to a guy make pop noises like for 3 hours, and you start to get a little nauseated. So I'm not going to do it to you guys. But if I absolutely needed to do it, you look away, or you use the nice mute button. All of these wonderful, wonderful podcasting companies have given us the access and the ability to mute at the drop of a dime.
Streaming about it. Have fun with that. Texas fucking law.
Right, we get it. So funny. Haha.
And by the way, ICE is like, nothing's going to happen. Yeah.
Even his own girlfriend, his own stupid, dumb bimbo of a girlfriend, is in the other room probably fucking finger blasting herself to Ethan Van Sciver and Ethan Ralph. And just anyone named Ethan. She's just, flicking that bean until it's just raw. And then she's listening to Mersh, like, with the other headphone. And she's like, yeah, nothing's going to happen. No one's going to jail. Which could lead to, whose theory was it? Was it Josh Dennyfan or Chris? They said she is a pot awful mole. I mean, maybe. Because she's downplaying this. Like, as his girlfriend, like, wouldn't you want to, like, gas him up a bit? Like, yeah, burn it down. They're all going to jail. Mersh 2026, King Mersh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You know what I mean? Like, wouldn't you want to gas him up? Instead, she's like, yeah, you sound like she sounds how I sound. You sound dumb.
You live in Gainesville.
And imagine, like, she allows this guy to get naked and thrust in between her legs. His rotted gray tooth and his Santa hat. Oh, God. That chick must be fucked. She must be fucked. Beyond belief to allow a guy like this to penetrate any hole in her body.
You live in Niggerville.
Oh, God. Sorry.
I live in Polk County. It's not the same. We're not the same. Polk County's pretty awesome.
What is there to do in Polk County? Seriously. What is there to do in Polk County? And you would have had us fooled because it's like, what do you do every day? Besides drive to and fro Royce's house to do Revenge of the Turds. That should be the new show name, Revenge of the Turds.
You live in a place...
Jeff Closer stepped in at the wrong time.
The cops show up and shovel shit against the tide. I live in a place where they've shoveled so much shit, it's no longer flowing in the tide.
So, that sounds like a badass county. Your county shovels shit? That sounds like a county I don't want to ever pass by or live in. Or fly over, for that matter. You just fly over, you see a bunch of fucking deputies and farmers just shoveling mounds of shit in the middle of the street. It's just Mersh shit.
Our cops are bored. Our cops don't like when people like Chad and people like Quad brag about how much they own the cops and how much they're faggots and they won't do shit. I live in a county full of very petty police officers. Very petty.
That was a good point, K-Murph says. Mersh, you can't even legally smoke weed there. They could bust down the door. Unless you have your medical card, which I doubt Mersh has. Like, Mersh probably... I was thinking about this. I'm like, how does Mersh get so much weed? A, either has a drug dealer, or B, he's smoking like that THCA nonsense. It's like one molecule off from THC, like regular THC, Delta 8. Mersh is smoking like Delta 9 or Delta 6. You know what I mean? It's fitting because he has taken kratom, which is like a knockoff of an opioid. Like, Mersh does synthetic drugs. Does he even drink real alcohol, or is it synthetic fucking alcohol? Like, he's too much of a bitch. He's too much of a snitch pussy, which he's admitted here today. And he's probably too much of a bitch to actually do real substances. He's drinking, like, knockoff Chinese versions of Jack Daniels or whatever the fuck he drinks. Non-alcoholic synthetic beer to wash it down.
So
what a fucking guy, man. This guy's a fucking...
Maybe nothing's going to happen.
This guy's a fucking joke.
I'm telling you, the more this shit happens, the more they're going to get interested in it.
Mouth pop incoming. Oh, God. He's just aggressively slamming his keyboard. Oh, God. Can we watch how that ends one more time? It's like Stuttering John and Chad or Kevin trying to type. They're like old boomers and they don't know how to type. Or they're too poor to afford a silent keyboard. So when they type, it sounds like, I can't even do it because my keys will fuck up the screen here. But it sounds like they're just punching their keyboard. He's sniffing. Like, no one should be ever typing that loud. No one should ever be able to hear your keyboard ever like that. If you're a streamer. Oh, God. Oh, God. Guys.
And Who What Why sent $5 on YouTube. I
Thank
don't
you.
get why he's so upset. He played it totally cool when Chad showed up initially.
Right. Well, initially, actually, Who What Why... Hold on. How do I exit this out? Okay. initially, yeah, he was kind of like, he kind of laughed it off and everything was fine. Where Mersh, I think, got upset, and I don't know if somebody got in his ear, maybe Pessy, maybe Virgie, maybe Royce. I think it was when Chad was like continuing to say everyone should go to Mersh's house, which I second, by the way. I think people should go to Mersh's house. Just drive by it. If you're ever in the area, just drive by it. Don't do anything to harm him or his property or his vehicles or his sidewalk. You know, just drive by. But you know what? It's like, it's so petty. And like, you would think Chad had the ability of like an actual big, like if Candace Owens was out there and saying like everyone should go to, like, this is open season on Mersh, everyone go to Mike Shealy's house. Like if we're like Candace Owens or like Tim Pool or Steven Crowder or like one of these big time Mr. Beast, you know what I mean? Then I'd be like, all right, I got to go to the cops. Like this is going to get crazy soon. If I got to get protection. I could understand, but it's Chad Zumock. Consider the source. I was making a comparison earlier. I forget exactly what to. But yeah, it's just, you know. Do you honestly believe? And I don't, and see this, like I know Mersh, like Mersh is dumb. He's a retard. But he's not that dumb. He's not like Chad. I mean, he might be actually. Let me not go there. He might be. I don't know. I've only been really kind of getting into Mersh over the last couple of months. So he might be that dumb. We can't rule that out. That would be like if like Jake Hudson, no offense, Jake, but that would be like if Jake Hudson was like, I want people to go to Wimbatu's house. I can't do a good Jake. I want people to go to Wimbatu's house. I can't do it. I'm not going to try to do a Jake. You get my point. And then me going to like the DEA or like the FBI and filing a criminal complaint. Texas law. You'd be like, huh? Okay, I guess. But yeah, it's just a bad luck. And then to actively every single day now, like brag about how you're a snitch pussy is, I guess, fitting. And that's how you'll be remembered. So guys, we did it, man. Look, I know the road to PulperCon hasn't been the smoothest. I do want to thank everyone who did show up, not only in the shows, the couple of shows that went on. I know Karl did an episode I'm looking at here. Myself, I think Dixon was on. I don't know if Dixon actually has done a show or if he just did a guest appearance, but either which way, so thank you to everyone who showed up in the chat and supported. Not just myself, but everyone else who was involved. Again, a lot of these guys could have told me to go fuck myself when I asked them to come out here. So I do got to tip my hat to them in that aspect and in that regard, you know, that they were willing on to come out here during the holiday season. So I am very grateful and appreciative over that. And yeah, you know, hopefully, you know, we could just finish the night and this weekend on a positive note. And for whatever it's worth, in all seriousness, I you know, hopefully maybe Pulper has, he turns, as the health thing turns around for him. Probably not going to happen if we're being real, but you know, maybe it does. Maybe it does. And then we get to try to do it again. But, you know, that's just me wishful thinking. I want to thank everyone who supported today's show, guys. And again, thank you to Jeff Closer for $10.
At Jeff Closer 99 cent $10 on YouTube. Where exactly is Enville? Here is $10 for blackjack or whatever.
Oh God, where exactly is Enville? Right outside of Chinkland. Right outside of Chinkland and just north of Somali Valley. You can find Hill. I'm good with that censor beat, man. I'm good with that censor beat. You pulled it off, Blizz. People believe you're actually in Vegas. Well, that's the thing. Look, again, this whole thing, should I have I'm not asking this. This is just me thinking in my head. Like, should I have leaked everything, all the conversations, every little detail? that were discussed between not only me and Pulper, but me and the rest of the guys who came out for this. Should I have leaked it all and just said, fuck it, fuck all these people? By the way, thank you to Jeff for the $10. Between you and Tommy now, I got to play a $20 hand of roulette and a $10 hand of blackjack, which I'm all for. I'll go do that right now. And hopefully that 30 turns me into a millionaire overnight. But no, like, you know, do I leak everything? Do I show, you know? But I just didn't feel like that was the right move. You know what I mean? Because, again, I don't know. Yeah, I've rehashed this over and over again. Point is, you know, it is what it is. That's what I keep saying, you know. And after this weekend, it is what it is. That's all I could say, man. That's all I could say, you know. If you want to know more, hit me up privately. But I don't feel comfortable enough doing it on a show for whatever reason or another. And maybe that's a detriment to myself, and maybe I should, and maybe I should just say fuck it, but I don't know. But yeah, I want to catch what's going on here. Maybe I'll get some more scoops and dirt for the next show. I'll be on maybe Monday or Tuesday. Maybe I'll try to do a show before Christmas. I think Christmas is what? Thursday. Jesus Christ. So I'll try to do a show before Christmas, but if I'm not on here, Merry Christmas to everyone. Have a great holiday season. I'll try to hop on at least one more time. This was kind of a scattered show, but I wanted to do something here from Vegas, mainly because I got a dope-ass fucking camera, and it looks incredible. I mean, you got to give me that. You got to give me that. And I wish this was my view just every day. Maybe I can convince these people I could just move in to Caesar's Palace. Thank you to our mods here, Chris and Jeff. Thank you guys all year. Always keeping the chat safe. Always working overtime. You guys don't know what I put these guys through. After the show's over, they're doing things for me. They're sending me fucking lists and graphs and documents. And, you know, one day we'll have to have a Blade Fest, and I could take all of my mods out to a nice dinner. And thank you to, again, everyone who always supports the show. Always hit the like button on your way out. Everyone who likes and comments and shares and everything else in between. Again, this show would not be made possible without you, and it is not lost upon me, and I do appreciate it. And thank you to everyone who did support today's show. Jeff, Who What Why, Aaron the Rat, Tommy Jordan just was on a rampage. Look, I feel bad. Tommy wanted to come on, but again, I want to kind of keep this somewhat brief. And on the next show, I'll bring Tommy on. Keep an eye out for Soft Weekly Super Duper Tips. That might be rolling out soon. Dan, nice podcast, stupid. Also, thank you, Sweaty Tryhard. I know you guys put in songs, but I only did 2 songs for the pre-show today, so I'll screenshot that and I'll add your song to the queue for the next show. But thank you guys for supporting. As always, kudos to me, kudos to myself.
Kudos to Win by 2 Radio.
We'll be back before 2026. Can't wait for the new year. Thank you to everyone. Go in peace tonight. It's already late. It's already fucking Saturday morning. Sunday morning. Sunday morning. Go in peace. And, you know, light a fucking blunt or a stogie or something. Light something on fire for Pulper, I guess. And celebrate his great honor as he was a fantastic chatter with a lot of cool chats. No, thank you, everyone. I've been your host, Blade, live here from Las Vegas. Again, you know, if you want to know more, reach out to me privately. I don't feel comfortable doing any disclosure. Even I probably won't still, even because what the hell would be the difference? Depends who you are. But we did it live from Las Vegas. Now I'm gonna go have some food, put some $10 on blackjack, and another 20 on roulette, and let it fucking ride, man. I did bring Tom. I was able to sneak Tom Chilstrom in my suitcase just so he could do this. Tommy.
No, hey everybody, thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for being here. You know, pretty solid effort all around, I would say. Mostly from Corey and I. Luke had some good points. But all in all, a good show. Thanks for everybody for being here. Let's call it a night.
Call it a night. One more time, guys. Thank you very much. Again, look out for a show, hopefully before Christmas. If not, maybe next weekend. I do plan on being on a few times before the New Year's up. New Year's around the corner, guys. I'm going to be saying Happy New Year. An awful lot coming up. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.